allow the children
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind. Like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk through to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. My yegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. My yegun don't come, oh yo yo. Man of the masses.
Hello there.
Mayegun la wa mo la mo do. Mayegun diary na ibi number 1. Mayegun la wa mo la mo do. Mayegun diary na ibi number 1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Mayegun diary na ibi number 1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary na ibi number 1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary na ibi number 1.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live. Thank you so much for joining me again tonight. And as you are joining, remember to share the broadcast, okay? Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and just tell them that Mayegun today. Lagos Abobakus, Oshogbo Alimajiris. The crumb eaters, the crumb chasers, the ass lickers, the all-rightsers. You see all of now we be social media bandits and Facebook ads many. Bat idioti, bat study, the cyber barbarians and the rest of your clan. This broadcast is for you because those of you who have become highest goal scorers when it comes to bigotry, especially Those of you that love to masturbate in public, you begotten sewage rats that suddenly will develop hyperventilation the moment they mentioned Igbo. There is more to worry about now, because many of you wearies who are beginning to turn your defense for Thiefnubu, APC, Egbekegbe, for your slavery. You are turning that into defense for Yoruba land. The Oriburukus that you are becoming like champions in, you better get ready. You see these ones that is about to start, you will realize that the Igbos are not going to be your worry any longer. They want power, and suddenly the bombing or killing in the part of the north has now triggered them. The era of Goodluck Egbere Sultan is upon you. You should please get ready. Northern Nigeria, they have rejected the apology of the Nigerian army over the bombing that they call the mistake bombing. An eyewitness gave this account, which is now suddenly has triggered reactions. What do I mean? Gist plenty tonight. As the Rawanias, as they are bringing the gist, you just they follow me. Are you listening? If I turn left, turn left. If I turn right, turn right. Don't ask any question, because load the ground tonight. Lagos Abo Bakus. Whether you like me or you don't like me, this is also going to help your own mental health too. Shongbo, share the broadcasts. So good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. Of course, this is Mayegun, and it is Mayegun Live. Remember to share this broadcast. Read the caption of the broadcast yourself. The description, which is the body. Read that too. Like the broadcast before you get busy in the comment section tonight. Thank you. Now let the gist start. I have told you this before. When people talk about journalism is, you say reporting, Abi. Reporting is storytelling. And the advantage that we have on Mayegun's Diary Politico almost every evening is that it is not always hard to have an idea wherever, whatever they cooked in secret, and playing out piece by piece. On Mayegun's Diary Politico, we will put the pieces together. You have a clearer understanding. You may have your doubts. That's okay. But your doubts, or your doubts on anything you get on Mayegun's Diary Politico, is going to help you, okay, to either, find out more. And then you come back here and be like, Mayegun, you said it. It is not that hard. If you pay attention, it is storytelling. And if you see some of these Lagos Abobakus that are going to, like stray dogs, they're going to bump on us soon, they don't want you to understand what is going on around you enough that you can make an informed decision. That's a lot of job. So on Mayegun's Diary Political tonight, I have an expose that all of us are going to do together tonight. Under Buhari, APC, Egbekegbe, more Nigerians were killed by terrorists. More northerners died in the hands of the terrorists. The people of Middle Belt paid the supreme price, trying to what? To be alive in the hands of the invading terrorists. For 8 years, as the terrorists are killing the people, the Nigeria military, they were busy killing the people themselves. And in most cases, when the Nigeria military slaughter Nigerians in any part of Nigeria, they will take their bodies away. And the argument will start. If you said we killed somebody or we killed people, where are the bodies? Under Buhari, APC, Egbekegbe, Nigeria military, Nigeria Air Force, they bombed mistakenly. Give me 1 sec. That's too loud.
I don't want to sit here and reveal all my strategy. I am the first speaker among the 3 of us running. So they will spy on me. So you will have a limited answer here today. Another day you can bring me back. But that's part of what I do.
That's all. Under Buhari, Nigeria military, on record, they bombed 15 villages for more than 28 times, resulting into the death of over 1,000 Nigerians slaughtered. Under Buhari, there was no reaction. At least we're all alive, are we not? From the northern part of Nigeria. When the Nigeria military were carrying out the bombing of Nigerians in their villages in Imo State, they didn't even put that on record. Therefore, we have no idea how many people Nigerian Air Force bombed. We saw videos where Nigerian soldiers opened fire in burning homes that are villages where poor people live, including disabled people, elderly. We have no record of those. But yesterday, or should we say, since this one happened, a Nigeria military in their usual way came back to say, oh, it was a mistake. You know, we are sorry. We are sorry. It will never happen again. Which happened to be the first time in 8 years, after 15 bombings of 15 villages, that is going to be the first time the Nigeria military will say they mistakenly bombed a village, and the entire northern machinery have been unleashed on Kolu. Now cooking stage then deal. But just before we all become emotional, make I clear this. You see, all of the terrorism you are experiencing in Nigeria today, from northern Nigeria to western Nigeria to southern to eastern to every part of Nigeria today, is politically motivated. The moment you understand this, first, the moment you will understand, also you will realize why many of us have completely shut down all expectations that Nigeria has any chance of surviving. You see those Boko Haram, Fulani terrorists, unknown gunmen, and this and that, all these armed criminals in Nigeria, they are all politically sponsored. But for those who control the terrorists up north, you know this story and you know them. Today, hang on, before today, yesterday, one of their clerics, that is how the dog whistle starts. So, one of their clerics in Kaduna said, how come Nigeria military have not mistakenly bombed anywhere in southern Nigeria, if not because some people, they hate the north and they want to decimate the population of the north by claiming to be mistakenly bombing places. Do you get that? That is the first time. And right now, the campaign up north is that Thiefnubu, Muslim ticket, and everything they told them, they were all lies. In fact, as they are spreading it now, they are saying that they were safer. Yes, they were safer before Thiefnubu came. Now that Thiefnubu is here, it is obvious it doesn't give a damn about northern Nigeria. And that is why it's still systematically either mistakenly bombing them or letting the terrorists to take over the northern Nigeria. They are putting the blame on him. And I'm going to be here to begin this look at all of you, the Ronukus, how you would have to fight this, because you would have to start reminding them that what happened to their voices under Buhari? How come they didn't speak up? But you remember saying me, Mayegun, for 8 years, you were wishing me evil because I was exposing all these killings too. I would never stop talking about them. But because it's APC, Egbekegbe, and you were waiting for your turn, 8 years you denied. 8 years you agreed that Buhari has secured Nigeria better than anybody. Now they are coming back to say, if anybody is kidnapped in northern Nigeria today, it is Thiefnubu who has abandoned them. Now so I could consider now, they look at all of una day, they tear una selves apart and say, shut up your mouth, you this useless, you brought Nigeria down. You have already started it, but you never enter body very well until they started stoning Thiefnubu in northern Nigeria. He's going to Borno State. When is that again? Next week? I don't know. Sure you get, they won't bring them to Borno State. But up north, in that their Sharia north, as we speak, as if to say they were all in, what do you call that thing? That, not simulation. That thing that you have to, hibernation. Like say, they are not dead though, but they were not alive. They are just zombies for 8 years. Now, suddenly, the bomb just woke them up. Boo! Who is the press idiot? Oh, Thiefnubu, where is he from? He's from the southern Nigeria. Oh my God. How come the military of Nigeria never mistakenly bombed Iworu Ibadan? They will love that. So that the news, breaking news, 400 people killed because the Nigerian military mistakenly bombed Iworu. They are not going to address the failure of leadership, the corruption, and the role all of them played. Baba, politics of their 2027 have already started. Now, like I said, I get plenty stories for you. And if I turn right, just follow me. Don't say, Mayegun, finish that one. Don't worry. You will finally get everything at the end of the day. If I turn left, you say, follow me. From the grapevine, as you know, leaders, they plan for the next generation. Politicians, they what? They plan for the next election. True leaders, where after elections, Abi, they will be planning and be preparing for the next generation through their work and everything. But politicians, after election, they start planning for the next one. They don't give a damn about you. But some of you would have to be their sacrificial lambs anyway. As it is. From what they are currently, from the grapevine, it be like say, now wetin happen to Obasanjo go happen to Kolu. How majority of you who have become famous in the tribal and ethnic league championship, Abi Champions League, then you will now realize that you would have to then come out and begin to toast your Igbo brother again. Oh, my darling Igbo brother, let us all come together against these northern people. The same people you wanted smoked. And again, that's how their trajectory is going to end, because according to them, Southern Nigeria has been ruling Nigeria more than the North since 1999. And as it is, a Southerner does not care if the North perish. A Southerner does not care if the terrorists take over the entire North. Now, a Southerner is responsible for the lives and the insecurity in northern Nigeria. So we need to save ourselves. The North is bleeding and they are all reacting. I'll show you something. Number one, right? These are the terrorist leaders in northern Nigeria. Some of you from southern Nigeria don't know them. You know the likes of Asari. You know the likes of Tompolo. You know others like that who have become famous through their own terrorism, pipeline vandalism, and the rest of that, okay, that they call activism. You see all these ones, these are the ringleaders of those who kidnap, ransack villages, kill people, sell women and children into slavery, and all that stuff. These are the people. They know where they are all over Sharia North. They are very popular. Do you get what I mean? They are so popular that people know some of them who have made billions of money from the government of different states in northern Nigeria. They are very popular. And they all have their different camps all over the North. Okay? So according to this man who survived, 6 members of his family were killed. Now, the 6 members of his family that were killed, they were not killed at once. According to him, the Nigerian Air Force came and they bombed the place. Then they came back again with their drone and they dropped another bomb, which means they did it twice. Statement from people like this for the first time that is going to be politically useful, and the journey have already started, Abi. Statement from somebody like this is now a very powerful statement that the northern political rogues are now going to use against Kolu. Shetima is begging them, though. He's begging them that, please, don't let us turn against ourselves. Don't let them use this, blah, 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 blah. But listen to this. It's in Hausa.
Tunana Musa Umar.
Malam Musa mun ga raunuka a jikinka. Wannan abin ya ritsa da kai ne?
Ya ritsa da ni, yalla bai.
To ya abin ya faru?
wato da aka jefa na farkon to shine mun je muna so mu ceci sauran shine suka sake jefowa to da yake Allah ya sa yana da rabon shan ruwa shine ya wurgar da ni can Allah ya ban sa na tashi na nufi asibiti na je aka min wa'annan treatment.
Kai da suwaye kuka kai ma waɗannan na farko ɗauki?
Lokacin muna da yawa don muna tare da har da wani da ake ce marigayi Jibru dogo tare da shi ma muke yana Musa ya za a yi da wannan ya za a yi da wannan nace to ya za mu yi tunda Allah ya riga ya kuma da shi. Na rungumi yaro na kai gefe na ajiye ina neman mashin din da zai dauke shi in kai shi asibiti sai aka sake jihowa.
Wato yaron ka na asibiti a halin yanzu?
Yaro na ko dai ba asibiti duk sun rasu duka guda shida. Dukkan shida sun rasu.
Wato baya ga 'ya'yan naka sai kai kuma kai?
Sai ni ma na sai abin ya same ni.
Misalin karfe na wannan abin fa?
Lokacin wajen misalin kusan 11 ne da wani abu a lokacin.
Akwai wani dauki da kuka samu daga jami'an?
Babu ko.
I have given you the interpretation before I play the video, right? Is a survivor. And a statement from people like him who survived are now very, very, very important to the northern leaders. And right now, Tudun Biri in Kaduna, the same Kaduna, Abi, Southern, you know Southern, remember Southern Kaduna? In that same Kaduna, has now turned to the marker for the northern politicians, just as I told you 2-3 days ago. Remember, I said, with this, you are going to begin to see them trooping down there, taking pictures, and all of that for the optics. And now they will be demanding that Thiefnubu must do what Buhari couldn't give them. And since they know that Thiefnubu has nothing to give them, they will now leverage on that. Ogumba Bere. And like I said, hell rufire has came out from hell and is already on the scene, on the move with his friend, Lamido Sanusi. That one we then come out as Emir. But he's still dressing like Emir. Is that not shouldn't that be a crime, by the way? If they sack you as Oba and you are still dressing like Oba, going everywhere, and they are still doing rankadede for you, is that not impersonation? Is that not against the law? Anyway, everybody is trying to now. They care. Oh my God. They bombed our people. See our people as they are so in pain. Look at our people so in pain. Nigeria, why Thiefnubu, why can you not protect our people? Why Thiefnubu, what do you mean by you drum bomb them by accident? They now care for their people. But running well. But it's fine. Now some of you go understand. The criminal politics, the evil politics that they play in Nigeria. Okay? Because every day people are being killed by these terrorists. Now you're going to see more of them now reacting, and they are now going to be changing the tone to now Southern and they killed them. How come they are not also killing you in Yoruba land? How come they are not dropping bomb on us? And what about all of you in Niger Delta? How come they have not mistakenly dropped bomb on you? In Igbo land, how come they've not that's what they are saying. That's what they are telling their people. And they take time. Don't worry. You go, it will build up. But shitty man, who was there? Listen to this man first, though.
When the military admitted and expressed regret, is a good development, because in the past we had series of denials and explaining away, which actually show a lot of disdain for the value of life. But that is not enough. We are talking about over 100 people. And this incident is quite different from all others, in the sense that in the first instance, there was a strike that killed people, and there were shouts and calls for people, and people rushed to the scene to help. And while that rescue was going on, people coming to pick up body parts of their families, another strike happened 30 minutes in between. That is really, really something that we should be worried about. If the first one was...
Shibimi, I told you that it was not a mistake. Of course it is not. Like many of other things they've done, they've never been mistakes. But what we are saying is that they have never punished anyone for these lapses that led to people's death, Nigerians' death, ever. And you see these ones who are pushing this, they are not interested in justice. They are not interested. But is it good for political leverage? Of course it is. Can they now start using the insecurity in northern Nigeria to begin to hunt down Thiefnubu? Of course they will do it now. That is why I said, this one is different from others. It's different from others. It's not different from others. It is because the person in charge of Nigeria, which is a fake Nigeria, a fake country, that every one of them is deceiving themselves. They are interested in power. Thiefnubu and the rest of them are interested in power. So now, how do you get power? Thiefnubu has played his card. They are about to start playing their own card now. Now, hunger, insecurity, and others now, they are going to matter to them. And me, I want to say to you, I beg, no begin to quote them. Mayego, did you hear what the Sultan say? King the Sultan Feso. You have no idea. When they were ready for Egberi Jolantan, even his own INEC chairman, person where he appointed, never met in his life, joined them. And it was too late. And you might say, Kalu is not Jonathan. No, 100% no wala. I agree. But now go no say, none of them is really interested in any country. They are interested in taking their turn, including if they have to sacrifice your lives in getting it. These rogues in northern Nigeria brought terrorism. They funded it. They ensured that it took root in northern Nigeria because it was politically advantageous for them, even when their people are being killed, children killed, kidnapped and sold for sex slaves. They don't care. They didn't care, and they still don't. The era of Goodluck Egbere Jolantan, that the northern Nigeria will be crying every day. You'll be hearing different mosques talking. That era is upon you. You better get ready. Agbadoriansi, the Igbos that you wanted to enter ring with, you will realize that they are actually the least of your worries. You see those obedient that you wanted to make cry, say those ones said they are just looking for a better country, working country. That's what they said they are fighting for. Abi? And to you, you want them to cry, to have tears. As long as Kalu is there, Abi, you better start getting ready for the jihadist propaganda. The ones that will begin to make you having to defend Kalu and begin there, look for what you are going to use in attacking them too. I hope when you do, you please remind them that you are not representing Yorubas. Because the madness you are currently doing for Thiefnubu right now, in the name of Thiefnubu and the rest, and then you are trying to make it a Yoruba versus Igbo nonsense, right? You better begin to get ready, because this particular one, strong you do anything law. And the problem be this. The problem is this. The Lagos Abobakus, Thiefnubu's bad study. They themselves, they know they are in the minority. And that is why, even in Yoruba land, all over Yoruba land, they know they are in the minority. And that is why they are stuck in trade, violence, what do you call it? Vote buying, which is, bribery, violence, bribery, and forgery. So they know they are not in the majority. And therefore, once you see those what they say, what do you call it? The Igbos are in the middle, circled, according to the what do you call the pangolo brain of these lunatics, right? Now we go condemn in the middle, because even in Yoruba land, when the heat finally hit all of you, plus Thiefnubu's shege, a lot of you will be confessing like person that is possessed. That one is very small. I mean, it's very near. But you see, when these jihadist propagandists begin their own, you have already told the Igbos that you will destroy them, destroy their businesses, and you are even like genuflecting on that, Abi, celebrating it. Now, at the end of the day, now then you go now realize that no matter what it is that prompted you to think our local that they are talking about has anything to do with you or not is so near. You see, when the whole heat come from everywhere, some of you will begin to display the signs of lunacy. Because tiwala bakpo lakpo ju le mu born again shanku abi. Tiwala bakpo lakpo ju le mu born again shesho or le mu born again sheku. From 2024, Shitima got the message, and according to him, he's trying to plead with his brothers. Please don't see it that way. That was 2 days ago. Then I'll come back to what the Sultan had to say too.
I'm here at the behest of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to come and commiserate, to sympathize and empathize with the people and government of Kaduna State, especially the inhabitants of Tudun Biri who are affected by the unfortunate incident a couple of days ago. There is no gain dwelling too much on this incident that has happened. I am here because the president is deeply concerned. He was deeply touched by what happened. As the late Delegiwa rightly said, let's not talk about the numbers. One life lost in cold blood is as gruesome as millions lost in a pogrom. The heart of the president is with the bereaved families. We were at the hospital to sympathize with the victims, and be rest assured that the federal government stands by the community affected and the government and people of Kaduna State on this unfortunate incident. As already directed by Mr. President, an investigation is being conducted with a view to preventing a reoccurrence of the incident, and we expect a report to be submitted within the shortest possible time. I want to register our profound gratitude to our religious leaders, to our community leaders who have served as stabilizing forces in these trying moments. Efforts were made to politicize, to inflame passion, but our leaders choose to err on the path of decency, on the path of moderation, on the path of maturity, and I cannot but thank them most profoundly. Incidentally, among them are two of my friends, Dr. Imam Tukur of Al Manar TV, and Sheikh Al Misri. They are my very good friends, and I want to thank all of you. Most importantly, the President approved the commencement of the Pulaku initiative by next month. The Pulaku initiative is the President's unique response as a non-kinetic solution to the challenges in the Northwest. Beneficiary states are Sokoto, Kebbi, Zamfara, Katsina, Kaduna, and for the purpose of equity and justice, we deliberately included Niger and Benue State. Actually, our intent was to kick off the program in Sokoto, but in the light of recent developments, the President directed that the Pulaku initiative should be kick-started here in Kaduna State. And Tudun Biri will be the first beneficiary of that scheme. We are going to build houses. Which will complement the efforts of the Right Honorable Speaker, but ours is a complete package as well, including houses, clinics, schools, veterinary clinics, empowerment initiatives, solar energy. It's a complete package of solutions. It's a non-kinetic response to the problems of banditry and kidnapping in the Northwest. I can assure you that the President meant well for the North. The President meant well for the nation. And I'm quite glad. I want to commend the governor of Kaduna State. What binds us together as a people supersedes whatever that divides us. By bringing under this canopy the leadership of the Muslim Ummah, the leadership of our Christian brethren, it's a testimony that leadership is crucial to the unity and progress of every nation. And these are trying moments. It brought together the two faiths. Usman Dampodio said, a society can thrive on unbelief, but no society can thrive on injustice. Justice, equity, and fairness are the cornerstone of leadership.
Nuisance Lele. We will work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt. I bring you a message of hope. We are going to spend a lot of resources on education.
Shitty man. Remember, Thiefnubu will handle economy. Shitty man will handle security. And Operation Shige ya Bikilo Kwele Nkono, which is going to come and build houses. They are going to build schools. They are going to build their clinics. All bobo. I promise you, all bobo. But it's just similar to when Buhari said he was also launching Northeast Development Commission, NEDC, something like that. So that they will build houses, they will build schools, they will build clinics for the Boko Haram victims. Instead of building houses and clinics for them, more people joined those people in the IDP camps in Nigeria. I just thought you should not possibly fall for the lie. The politics has begun, and if you are not paying attention, they will use thousands of lives of innocent people to push their 2027 agenda, Abi, and you are getting ready for that, you know. The senators, the lawmakers too, they too had to visit the scene of the bombing. They also donated 58 million naira to support the survivors, the victims of the military mistake bombing, and they want justice.
There are 6, 2 lost parents, 4 lost only one. Therefore, 2 are lost fathers, and the other one lost.
It is smoky Igbo. The more you look, the less you see. The more you look, the less you see.
Here you get. Every moment must be captured so that, you know. Do you know that? I don't know if I've told you this, or maybe you already knew anyway. Do you know that because of insecurity in northern Nigeria, more than 60% of representatives allegedly elected from northern Nigeria never really have real elections, especially in the last 10 years in northern Nigeria? Would you believe as well that most of them, their results, their election result or re-election, what have you, is written right there in Abuja? And do you also know that there are a chunk of them that no longer go back to their constituency anymore because of the insecurity, terrorism, that they stayed away completely? Yes, there are. All this I have told you. And that is why, unfortunately, the only thing they want is that power. And how do they keep maintaining that or that fraud and corruption on the rest of the country is because they have succeeded in terrorizing their people. Okay? You see that one, those ones that are attacking them and kidnapping people and all of that, those are the physical one, physical terrorism. There are already mental terrorism using religion. And these politicians are funding these clerics, these religious houses, these sects all over North. So all their actions and their worldview sometimes, right, because there are so many, sometimes these politicians themselves, they run into different camp. They all have different sects in northern Nigeria that they are using Nigeria money to fund. All of these northern politicians. So the reason why some of them don't go back to the north, they don't go back to their constituency. They live in Abuja, or they will go to their state capital. For example, those who are from Katsina State, Buhari State, there are some parts of Katsina State that are no longer under Nigeria, completely taken over by terrorists. There are some parts of Kaduna State that have been taken over by the terrorists, like totally, no longer under Nigeria. Niger State that they mentioned earlier, there are hundreds of different camps, different terrorist groups. So it has become so dangerous that some of these criminal politicians from northern Nigeria, they don't go back there that much anymore. Because if they go back and they go enter another group and I will learn here, that's it, Otilo. That's how bad it is in northern Nigeria. But no, what they want is that power. And right now, the campaign is going to be, it's only a northerner that can keep the northerners safe, forgetting the fact that in 8 years, under a northerner, a Muslim, brainless, brain-dead Queen Buhari, more northerners were killed. More northerners became poorer and impoverished. But you see these criminals, they don't give a damn about that. 6 months, no power. And it's like this shitty man is not going to live up to expectation. And you know, say, evil people know they die easily. You know how many people where they wish say, true, Buhari, may die, but they know they die easily. I have told you that. You see this Thiefnubu, even if he's like, at some point, drowsy at some point, Baba, he no go die. Especially now that a lot of people now feels like, in fact, it is better make them live on. Meaning they show everybody that shaggy. Right now, some of you who said you voted for Thiefnubu, and you are not going to vote for Thiefnubu again. You see those ones who warned you of him, they are now saying, lie. What I'm trying to say here is this. You would wish, because I told you the game they played for themselves, they believe they are going to probably get out of it, was that Thiefnubu thought Buhari would die and the power will go to Oshibade, Pastor Ruga, Ikene Shatabandu, so that the power will come down to Yoruba land political criminals' hands and they will be very rich. Buhari no die. They tried to do it, no happen. The northern Nigeria said, even if now the body of Buhari, it will complete his tenure in Nigeria. No way, resign, Kenny. They even told themselves that if you try it, the power will go into the hands of Thiefnubu. Now the power don't date Thiefnubu and Dabi. That was how much they dread it. They said even if Buhari died, in cops go rule you. And there are many of us there are many of you here who believe that Buhari's cops or double, finally ruled you. That's how the North is pretty much these northern criminals. This is how much they are so fixated and desperate when it comes to power. Just power. That's all they need. Not money, and all of that. All of you are chasing that power. Unfortunately, when I say the northern criminals, Abu Yusuf, you raise your eye for me. You are angry because I said northern criminals. You better don't flatter yourself. You better don't flatter yourself. I know those I call the northern criminals. And if you take offense, you are thinking you are that important. You are not. Okay? You see these rogues that you call your leaders, cleric and every other thing you refer them to as, I see them as criminals because I know what they do. Sure you get. So it's the same as when I talk about the Yoruba criminals. And then you see one songbeto, Badebo songbeto, and they get angry. Why are you talking like that? We should respect, in Yoruba land, we respect our leaders. Who be that madman we just talk now? You know that scene, like scenario where you are talking about these criminals and they are Yoruba criminals. And then one Sungomu will just jump into it and begin to tell you that in Yoruba culture, we respect our leaders. We must not talk to our leaders like that. Who be that madman we just talk now? You know that scenario? And then the Were will just be like, and everybody will just be like, nah, the Were be that. Nah him. Say, no wonder. Who are your leaders? Destiny killers. Those who are mortgaging your life and the life of your own, even your unborn generation. You said that you are Yoruba, you are supposed to respect them because they are Yorubas now. Then, because you are a Yoruba, do you now think you have do you actually have anything that is a beneficiary directly to the Yoruba land?
In the time of poverty like this, the economic principle of Yusuf is what everybody should apply in his own lives. Eat little, save more. You don't know what is happening. $1
that kasakasa is going to come. When I speak about these rogues that you call leaders from northern Nigeria, don't take offense. They don't give a damn about you. They don't care about you. You are just a statistic. You are just a number. You are worthless to them. Why are you angry when we talk about them? It's because we respect our People will say, after saying, what do you call it? Raji o ma jimu moto láàárọ̀ ọjọ́ kejì moto air fire be heaven àbí whatever tó bá ń lọ ni ó lọ gbére nìyẹn. You are just a figure, you are just a number. Don't take offense when I talk about them. That's the point I'm trying to make. Don't ever take offense. Like I said, they are more pressed on this bombing than any other before it, and we can tell why. Sultan was there. And a quick one, where Sultan said they will make sure they get justice. Hey, don't stop beating around the bush. Everybody knows the chain of command. Just call them out. What do you want? Go. You know, I said they are not looking for justice, because they know that the system is so corrupt. But they will stand on this and claim that the injustice for the Kaduna this, the Kaduna that, is the reason why the North can no longer trust Thiefnubu. Go and write it down. Do you know that today, they killed over 60 people in that same Kaduna, and they kidnapped many. That's what they said. They said they kidnapped many. They don't even have figure of how many people they kidnapped today in Kaduna. Today, yes, today, go. In that same Kaduna. Oh, Sultan. Kilowi.
Ensure justice is done to avert future occurrences. We will pressure the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to ensure that a very detailed and thorough investigation has been carried out to ascertain exactly what happened that Sunday, so that at least people will have rest of mind that knowing what really happened.
In his response, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, said the armed forces will remain focused in their tasks of ensuring peace in the country.
And also mention on the issue that happened at Tudun Biri. It is highly, highly regrettable. It is unfortunate. It is an event that should never have happened. Our task as members of the armed forces is to bring peace, is to protect the innocent, so that Nigerians can enjoy their country. But
nuisance lele.
So it's all for show, for drama and the rest, okay? But the Sultan said they are going to get justice. Justice from who? What is justice? What is justice to them? That guy, chief of staff, chief of army staff, should currently be like he should have resigned. He shouldn't be there paying condolences or whatever. He should have resigned. The rank and file of theirs should have resigned. That they supervised and gave order that killed 156 Nigerians. But that will never happen. So all of that you are watching is just the show off, like, let's pretend that we are fighting for them. I'm not saying you shouldn't buy it. I just hope you understand what this is all about, right? You see those people that died? Gone and gone forever. They are just going to join the list of other millions of people who have been extrajudiciously killed in Nigeria, illegally killed, and nobody is held responsible because they are like people killed by government for no reason, none at all, and there was nobody held responsible for it. But when it comes to what to use it for, the power, you are going to see more attacks. You are going to see more reports. And guess what? For the first time, again, you are going to be hearing about the insecurity every day, everywhere. They will be crying. Now you are going to see that protest is not a ram. They are going to be protesting now. Go and write it down. And when you are done, just remember, okay, that APC came to steal, they came to kill, and they came to destroy. When you think you can use APC, as the reason why you are attacking those who decided not to follow the status quo, okay, by being lied to again and again and believing the lies. For those who choose not to, you mock them. The Shege is here. The Shege Bansa is here. I hope you remember Kolu, the Mr. Intelligent and the rest, Abi. Ebilong pamonomonoku. Let me tell you something. I want to remind some of you, 2024 is going to be tough. Don't let anybody sugarcoat it for you. Okay? When you are running your business, you must be very diligent with it now. Every penny that goes into your business or goes out of it, you must be very, very diligent. Or else, poverty is not foul. And for those of you who are very generous, even when you have little, you love sharing. Let me tell you this, because it is better to keep grudges. I have told you this many times, but some of you believe that I was too harsh or I was too direct, but I will say it again. Whenever you see anybody that openly or secretly supports APC, Egbekebe, if that person is a member of your family, be very careful around them. You see, normally they will say it's just politics. Normally, all in this part of the world, you can say it is just politics now. Don't take it to heart. APC, Egbekebe, came to destroy, they came to steal, and they came to kill. Anybody associating with them, based on whatever they said they heard from them, whether they vote for them or not, it doesn't matter. Anybody, If you have anybody around you that says, it's just a politics, or I supported him, I didn't know that it's going to turn out like this. Here is my point. Do everything to stay away from them. And I mean it. I mean it, and I'll tell you why. Do everything. If you are in any business relationship with them, do everything to cut it off now. Again, this may sound like overfetched and all of that. The reason is this. Anybody that has anything to do with APC, it is like natural. When an option comes, I want you to know this, so they are not your friend. They are not your family, even if you are of the same blood. Listen, whenever opportunity comes, for them to choose between saving you and destroying you, but this is coming from at a risk that if they try to save you, it could be them. In this way, like a target, not that you have done anything wrong, it is a system where you can be targeted anytime. Now, if you are in any relationship with them, see, if you become a target of their system, you see that blood relationship you say you have, that closeness that you think you have, that friendship that you think you have, it will take them less than a 1 nanosecond to offer you for anything. And you know why? When you look at what has happened to Nigeria today, you can tell the only thing APC is yet to take from so many of you is your lives. And that is what some of you are holding on to right now, holding on to your life in Nigeria, trying to at least survive. Sure you get? So if you are offered a chance of escaping from them or enduring APC, a lot of you will take the option of, I want to escape from these people. Now, if you see anybody who is bragging and saying that, Jagaban is still going to, listen to me, 2024 is going to be very tough. Be careful with the people you open your wallet to. It is so important. As you are going to try to stay afloat in your businesses at whatever they are going to throw at you, I wish you the best of luck. If you see anybody that has anything to do with APC, stay away from them. Do not give them any of your penny, even if they are dying, right on your feet. That is not mean. You have no idea. You are saving yourself. I know some of you are not like that. You are not built like that. You are not mean like that. But it's okay. Go ahead. You know something? Even if the half of Nigeria dies, there are Nigerians that have already been destroyed. They have already been conquered and crushed. If you give them a chance to stand up again against these terrorists, they will stand behind them again. Do you now see what you have done? If you have any of them at your workplace, if you employ any of them, it is time to have them to let them go. Let them go. I mean it all. But if you don't understand, it's okay. A lot of you will come back here to say it. The reason is this. Anything that will further or help, let people take consequences for their actions. Please do it. Be very, very stingy with your money. Okay? Be very, 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 very stingy with your help. Support. If you are working for anybody that is related to anything APC, and you are thinking of growing in life, that means you probably have no real plan for your life. I mean this. The reason is because they have no single human empathy or sympathy. Even when, listen to this, even when you know them very well, he's a very good guy, yeah, start the conversation about Thiefnubu and begin to state all the horrible things and begin to check their mood and how they respond to it. That's your lovely friend. Oh, amazing friend. You've been friends for 15 years, for 20 years. I mean, like, he's my guy. I know him. He's a Thiefnubu supporter. So you better begin to think about your life. If you want to know those who claim that they actually, not that they vote, they actually support Thiefnubu and expect something from him, and they are your friends, if you want to test it, now go on maybe this evening or tomorrow. Now have that conversation with that your friend. begin to say all of the atrocities of Thiefnubu, okay? And begin to see their reactions and their responses. And you will realize that despite the fact that a lot of you are going to become victims of this APC, Ebekebe, and their policies, they don't care. They don't care. You have business now, Abi, and you have a friend. Oh, you have a family now, and you have others, Abi. And you think they care about what happened to you. Because a lot will happen to a lot of you. That is when you will know that your friends don't care about you. There is limitation to how much they care about you. If you think because you have been their friends for years, and with the reality of today in Nigeria, where everybody is trapped in it, Abi, ask your friend, speak your mind, and see if that your friend cares. Tell your friend that, the way this Nigeria is going, man, as if he losing job in another 1 year. I've been hearing that our branch, our business, they are planning to actually leave Nigeria. Hey, man, what man go do? This Thiefnubu, now God go punish him. See how your friend is going to respond that you may lose your job. You may lose your business. Say it like you mean it. And make sure that friend is a friend that is a Thiefnubu or APC, Egbe person. Then come back and tell me how they reacted and tell me if they actually care about that, your future or your business. They will tell you not to blame Thiefnubu. Everything is not Thiefnubu. We should all kind of blame ourselves too. Once your friend begin to tell you that APC and what they are doing is not your problem, and you still call them your friends, come back to me and tell me later about this, your friend. If you have a chance of seeing anybody that publicly displayed that they are APC, do not give them any of your warmth. Don't try it. Learn how to keep grudges. Okay? Because you see these years, now 8 years back. After 8 years, it is going to go back to the north. APC again, okay? You now have to get another 8 years back. If you no get sense, maybe your picking, maybe your own children will have sense. Sure, you understand? And as for Wike, he has this to say, because somebody said, why are you wasting money on this or that when you could put the same money? Have you not seen the same Olori Brukus in Nigeria that will tell you that Obi is saying nonsense and everybody that is telling them that they are wasting money in a country that they are borrowing money? Baba, the country is collapsing. They are borrowing money to buy themselves luxury. Somebody said you could use this money for this or that. This is what Wike said.
10. When I read the comments of people who are not aware, who are ignorant, who do not want to ask questions, they just want to comment for commenting's sake, so that people will say that they have said something. Those who like to run an election on that social media platform. No. 2010, the federal government awarded the contract of the vice president residence. The federal government awarded, not Tinubu's government, in 2010. And this contract was awarded at the cost of 7 billion naira to Julius Berger. Now check 2010 and 2023, 13 good years, this project was abandoned. Now, a reasonable government comes to say, look, do we, having spent some money in this project, do we abandon it, wasting taxpayers' money? And the company said, look, they are willing to complete it, but you cannot give us the same rate of 2010 and 2023. It's not possible. It's not possible. And they gave their rates. And by Mr. President approval, we have to send it to the Bureau of Public Procurement. We are waiting for the Bureau of Public Procurement to give us the final nod of how much should be spent. But the point, even if that is okay, it should not be used by Mr. Vice President. That does not mean it cannot be put into use by other people. So many of us have seen visiting heads of state in this city. What is wrong when you have a visiting head of state? It's okay, put him in such residence. So people should not be sentimental and telling lies. We did not award that contract. The contract was awarded in 2010. All we're merely doing, because of our policy of not leaving other projects that will continue to be abandoned, we felt we should continue with those projects. Look at the Millennium Center, was awarded in 2001. A center that was supposed to be an hour of attraction. A center, if it was completed, would have turned this city to a tourist center. It was abandoned. As a policy of this government, we thought that such a project is necessary to be completed. And we have taken steps to say we must complete it. People should commend the administration and not to make statements blackmailing and telling the public lies, teachings of lies, just like as they told that they won election when they never won any election. Nigerians know those who won election through the electorate. Nigerians know those who won election in social media. Let them continue to be telling lies. 10.
Do you see that irresponsible, useless guy? The question is not about who awarded or when they awarded it. The issue is, does Nigeria have 50? Hang on. The issue here is the vice president of Nigeria homeless right now? Which house did Pastor Ruga stayed for 8 years as vice president? Okay, is shitty man homeless now? And does Nigeria have 15 billion naira to build a house for vice president? These are the questions. The answer here is that no. Was Pastor Ruga homeless as vice president of Nigeria for 8 years? No. Is shitty man homeless right now as vice president of Nigeria? No. Does Nigeria have 15 billion naira to build, to complete a vice presidential house? No. But with a Wike, the person will be say, the man that has become their nightmare, beat him silly without offering anybody any money. That with a Wike had to end up what? Change the results. Abi? Kill people, kidnap INEC officials, and ended up being what? This as a minister. Happened. Even the Ajagabanditi, he was beating blue-black in Lagos. Somebody will want to be president, we scored 150,000 votes. Until they helped him to what? You know all of this, Abi. But with a Wike can say he didn't win, Abi. It is Nigeria. And then they compensated Wike.
Yes, sir. In the Chief of Staff's office. Well done. Very nice. I'm glad to see this.
That is the way the Wike, a common thug. But it is Nigeria. And don't forget, Nigeria is what? A crime scene. And criminals are the one in charge. Now, here is the guy. He was somewhere, Obi himself. Somehow he still believes Nigeria can be helped and saved when you have good leadership. And because he's mentioned it tonight, that is why I am going to sort of share this with you. Let's kind of take a listen and learn what it is to actually create wealth. You know, I keep saying that your criminal politicians, pickpockets, they have no idea of how to create wealth. They cannot take you out of poverty because they just have no idea how to create wealth. They will love wealth without enterprise, where they can print money, borrow money, or tax you for it. Period. Anything else, you are on your own. But listen to this few minutes.
Going to do this. Even this dollar I'm telling you now, how are we going to change the rates? How are we going to do? Yes. There's opportunities in Nigeria today. That opportunities are in so many areas, starting from, it just, again, it requires patience, it requires sacrifice. Today, the highest inflationary item or cost of inflation in Nigeria is what? Food. Every day. Agriculture. Yes. So there's opportunity there. Today we have a situation where, again, because government is not organized, we're not doing enough exports. I just said it 2 days ago, everywhere. If you go to, I spent a week in Bangladesh, it will shock you. People who own small tailoring industry, they've put in place where if you hear that they are doing garment export from Bangladesh of $50 billion, which is about our Nigerian entire export, they are doing it for just clothing. It is individuals that are doing it. If you hear that they are doing manufacturing in China and everything, I tell you one of the businesses that I do as a trader, when I started importing it in Nigeria, it was manufactured by husband and wife. Only husband and wife in Singapore. I went to see a big man in his office. And he gave me tea to drink, a particular tea. And I drank it. And as I was leaving, which is what I used to do when I was trading, I said, can I get the packet of this tea? He said, take it. 6 months after, I came back to him and said, I came to give you this tea. 2 cartons, because you helped me. I'm now the official representative of this tea in Nigeria. And that's how. So there's opportunities, but it requires a long time. It requires sacrifice. Right. And it's something you must do, knowing fully well, listen, you're not going to be doing it and doing chieftaincy title. You're not going to be doing it and be doing this or doing that and everything. As young people, you must do a lot of sacrifice. Don't think that this thing I'm doing today, people see that and say, oh, Peter Obi changed. I changed, yes. But I can tell you, go and ask people when I was in Nsukka, I was a businessman, and I was doing a little bit of clothing. If I sell clothes to you, if you don't pay, don't come to party with it, because there will be a problem. Maybe you have to remove it from that party. So I was diligent about it. I was careful. I was managing my pennies. I wasn't going to do parties. I wasn't going to do this. If nobody was going to drag me, so you can. There's opportunities. That's right. You can start today. It's going to be tough. Banks are not lending today. These are some of the things we want to change. We need this thing, but the biggest problem is going to do this.
Sorry for the lagging audio with the unsinking leaves there, right? there's another part talking about his investment in Lagos, where he sort of built some shops at, I think, Alaba or so, and he gave the shops to young men, you know, as the Asani started, he became their suppliers. They became the distributors of some of his own products. And as he was making money, they were making money. As he was expanding, they were expanding too. He was creating wealth. Somebody who has created wealth than those who have added zero in value to humanity, other than live off the humanity, scavengers, scroungers that you call leaders. Okay? Facebook president, they call him.
Listen, but the biggest problem SMEs have here, I can tell is there's no fiscal support from government. In the UK, where I would say I made money, banks were able to give me money without anything. Somebody said, what am I going to do to a 26-year-old, 27? Well, my son, I have a son, he's 29. And I'm sure, when I tell, because he lives in different parts of the world, he was born in the UK and he lives in the UK. And I tell people, since my son left university, I have never given him 1 naira. And he doesn't want 1 naira from me. Because he has a job. He has a physical support for what he does. And he lives it. And we have that relationship. But again, like I keep saying, people have never seen me when I was governor. It was in university or anything. They can't see them. I can tell you a story. People were shocked. One of the days he came to Sultan, he was in Keke. And somebody wanted to tell me why. And I said, that's what he wants to do. But if you look at me going to where we have, I was in Haiti when they had earthquake. I've been to Afghanistan. All the countries I went where there's problem, he went with me. And I tell him, I'm the governor. You're not. You're just son of the governor. You're not the governor. Even if I have anything, you can only inherit it when I die. Because I didn't inherit anybody's own. So you have to struggle for your own. I'm sure I will die before you. Then you can inherit it. But not while I'm alive. So you can. A 26-year-old start your life. Unfortunately, I must say it's difficult here. The system is against your progress. That has to change. Somebody said, sparing my time to be here. Being here is more important than any other thing I have today. Because I don't know that you read my tweet a few days ago. I did a tweet a few days ago. I said 6,355 Nigerians are worth over $5 million. They are holding assets. They are richer than 107 million Nigerians put together. It cannot continue. We must dismantle the criminality and bring it so they can have opportunity. I went to a bank in the UK. They didn't ask me for any guarantee. They didn't ask me for anything to guarantee my loan. All they asked me? My certificate. Schools I went to. What do I want to do? When I finish, they approved the loan for me based on what they call intellectual capital. And this. Here, you have to bring your mother's land, your father's assets, it cannot continue.
That is the Obi that they want you to continue to flex your muscle. Remind them he will never be your president. Revel in it. Feel good. All right? And whenever the hunger choke you, you can come on social media and say, Egba mi o, Egba mi o, Egba wow, ebiti no wow, Plenty no wow, ebiti lu wow. Help us, so please, help us, so help us. This weary, they are like that, they are many. Suffering and smiling, jobless, unemployed, unemployable, young people that are defending the rogues that they themselves knows have kept them in perpetual poverty. So they want to flex, they want to brag on social media. You are welcome. Go on and get on with it. But when your shege choke you, just make sure, say, you hold it to yourself. If you make a video, they lament, I will see it. I will use your video on Mayegun's Diary Political. If you post on social media, Facebook, Twitter, anywhere, I will see it. I will use you to teach others, say, Esheshe Berenio. Mono, like a viper, ni abi. Mono is viper, abi. Like that. Ebilo man pa mono ku. And one by one, otiensi, they don't they go, as they will say it, abi. Here is what somebody else has a view when it comes to leadership and how they see Nigeria from Dubai, UAE.
If you're comparing with Nigeria, listen to this. Nigeria has oil before than Dubai. It's a history. They are more rich than us. They have agriculture, they have mining, they have everything, you name it, they have it. Am I right or wrong? When you have a true leadership, which we have nothing, but we have everything because we have the right leadership. That's the only thing you need, a right leader for your country, not corruption. If you're comparing,
do you get that? From Dubai? Close your eyes, let us pray.
Glorify your name to the core, owner of the day, owner of the beginning and the head. I glorify your name to the core, Father of the glory. There is nobody that can share the glory with you. You are beginning of the glory, you are everlasting glory. You are glorify your name to the core.
Alhamdulillah. 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 Alhamdulillah.
Rabbiu Amen. Because around Nigeria, the Koja, just pray it down. Somebody came. They were doing this world tour. Okay. I don't know if you have seen that video. A lady on the bike doing this world sort of cycling around the world. I'm sorry. Yeah. On a bike. I don't know if you have seen that. And you know, when you get to any country, their policemen, they are supposed to be your first sort of a safe go-to. And if you see them on the road, you should feel safe and all of that. Okay, so this lady, who is from, she's Dutch, from Netherlands. Now, she's currently biking it through Nigeria. Okay, so she got to a part where she saw the policemen. And Nigerian policemen, the first one, those ones were like, they were like, all right, you know, like, not bad.
Hi, good afternoon.
Woman.
How are you? Huh? It's a woman. I'm a woman, yes.
I can see.
I'm fine, how are you? I go? What?
You are from where?
From Netherlands.
Where are you heading to?
Towards Abuja.
You going to Abuja like this?
Hmm? Not today. Maybe 2 days, I think.
2 days.
It's far. Yeah.
What is inside that is bag? What do you have in the bag?
My stuff, spare parts for the bike, tools, clothes.
On what mission to Abuja?
I'm a tourist.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Thank you.
What's the nationality?
Thank you. Dutch. Dutch. Netherlands. Netherlands.
Netherlands.
Yeah.
Netherlands. Paris. Hey.
I can go?
Abuja.
Yes.
Cool. Safe trip. You carry me. Safe trip.
No space, man. Thank you. Okay, that was not bad. Is the next one? It's literally.
That wasn't bad. Lovely. Wow. You are a tourist on a bike. That's great. Okay, fine. Policeman. Okay, go. Those ones knows that this one now, you know what? Let her go. Now they got to a saying into your long. God damn it, man. The lady got to a saying in your state. Okay, on her way to Abuja. Don't worry about her safety. You leave that one. That's not the point. Okay. If she no reach Abuja, she no go post the video, which means she don't reach Abuja already. Got to a saying, Loba pade Baba Luku at Orere. They met Baba Luku and his friend. They are policemen. Omo, see reaction, and don't laugh.
How are you? Hello?
How is everything?
Everything is fine.
From where?
Netherlands.
Eh?
Netherlands.
Now you dey come? What do you bring up? See the Oh, where they go?
Abuja.
Abuja?
See, what you read? Your share of that.
Abuja didn't know.
How are you?
Give me something else.
How is everything?
Everything is fine.
Family.
Huh?
How's family?
Good.
Family is good.
This water.
Give me money.
What till you break up?
Huh?
What till you break up? I say, what till you break up?
What you want give me? Hey, wait till now, what you want give me? Oh, yeah, give me something. Oh, yeah, give me something now. Give me something.
You give me something.
Yeah. Give me money. Money.
Money. Why?
Give me.
Ó ti dójú ẹ̀ sẹ́yìn. Ó ti dójú ẹ̀ sẹ́yìn.
Ó ti dójú ẹ̀ sẹ́yìn. Omo, did you see that? Like say they don't care. You hear that? When the policemen are trying to be nice to you, you actually think they care. No, they care about. Abuja? What do you bring for me? I want to play that again. I'm sorry. Like, it's really crackling.
How are you? Hello?
How is everything?
Everything is fine.
From where?
Netherlands.
Eh?
Netherlands.
Now you dey come?
Now you they come? Then he also added accent. Money, give me money. I'm sorry, I want to see that again. Sorry.
How are you? Hello?
How is everything?
Everything is fine.
From where?
Netherlands.
Eh?
Netherlands.
Now you dey come? What do you bring up? See the Oh, where they go?
Abuja.
Abuja?
See, what you read? Your share of that.
Abuja didn't know.
How are you?
Give me something else.
How is everything?
Everything is fine.
Family.
Huh?
How's family?
Good.
Family is good.
This water.
What till you break come? Huh? What till you break come? I say, what till you break come?
What you want give me? Hey, wait till now, what you want give me?
That's the part, the accent part, where they are using accent. It was meant to be English, but they had to kind of mix the broken English and wait till you bring come. Wait till you give me. Say now broken with that one have been corruption. Corruption. And the world sees all this these days. This is not 1970, 1980, 1990, year 2000, not even year 2010. This is 2023. The world knows. Of course, they've arrested those Babao. They've arrested them. They want to change. They've arrested them already. Okay? For disgracing Nigeria in front of a tourist, a Dutch tourist. Anyway, I think that is where I'm going to draw my own curtains, okay? But I'm going to go make myself another cup of tea, okay? And if you really want to call in, you can after this, all right? The line is going to be opened. So on YouTube, we are currently over, as usual, over 2,000 of us as we speak. So I want all of you who haven't really paid your own offering to please do so, okay? Just leave the comment section. And it won't toast that are in comment section. Like I've told people on Mayegun's Diary Political on YouTube, right? If you join their comment section there, okay? It's a different word. Sometimes I wonder if some of you actually look at the screen per se, other than your phone. Even they do, what do you call it? Even they do hook up, not like that kind of hook up. Martinelli, I saw your traces the other day, okay, where you had to put the emergency brake on train, and the conversation that led to that, and those who also said they usually pass that route. Una don't they share on a route with yourself on YouTube? Inshallah, like a broadcast here. Leave the comment section for a minute, and go and like the broadcast, okay? Before all of una go begin to ask Mayegun making con tie the knot for una. I'll do it as your emoji, the Mayegun overseer general of this temple. Tebati Sheyeton, just call me. I will tie the knot for you. However, I will also be back. Don't go anywhere. The line will be opened in a minute. Mama, go make tea.
ṣe bọ́ àti ṣe tẹ́ àti ṣe tẹ́ àti ń parọ́ tipẹ́ àti ṣe tẹ́ òtítọ́ òdìmú òdodo òsì mọ́.
Speaking tongue. Sorry, that took me longer. But I have a caller on the line. Hello there.
Hello, my brother.
Hey, milady. Lady Beatrice, how are you tonight, ma?
I thank God. I'm the first person today.
Lucky you.
I just wanted to comment on this police shame.
Okay.
There's a lot that has gone through your message this evening.
I told you from the beginning, if you watch, I said I have a lot. I'm just going to follow the spirit wherever it takes me, but I promise it was going to worth it. So there's a lot.
I thought from the police one, then a little bit to what they are doing to the Igbos.
Right, let's start, ma'am.
Yeah, the police one, you can see how easy it is for criminals from other, even the people we are calling terrorists. How easy it is for them to enter our country. Imagine if you are in a border anywhere else in this world, and at least in Europe, let me use that, perhaps in some other countries in Africa too. The police will not start begging you for what do you have for me?
No.
They want to know what you are coming for. They want to see your passport.
In fact, where have you been to in their country so far?
They didn't ask that lady about her identity.
Or anything, nothing.
Nothing. What they are asking is, what did you bring for me? So imagine that lady has bombs.
That she's transporting for some evil people.
Exactly. Or she wants to come and bomb somewhere in Abuja. She will just go freely and through and enter where she's going to. So this is because people keep asking, how did all these terrorist people enter that are not really Nigerians? And some of them are now living with Nigerians. It is very simple. The police, there is no police in Nigeria.
No.
The police, I remember when my neighbor was robbed when I was in Nigeria. I used my phone. I think I was the only one that had phone in the area at that time. And I called the police. Do you know what the police told me?
What?
They said, the person that picked the phone said, "Madam, what is your number?" You know, that time, this telephone that you ring round and round, not like the ones we are using today. He said, will you come and carry us? We don't have vehicle. Come on, when you people have plenty, why they not go take small? This is what the word police. So can you give me your name and your... I just dropped my phone. And they robbed that neighbor. Thank God they didn't kill him. You know, so it's very easy to know how we have nobody checking on that country.
What everybody, a big for nothing place. They've messed it up, man.
In fact, people come from other states, other nearby countries, and become Nigerians automatically. If you know the place you are and whatever the name, they ask you your father's name, you can easily get Nigerian passport. There's nothing to prove anything about anybody. Imagine that lady, you can see how she was laughing because you cannot enter Netherlands. I've been there before. You cannot enter Netherlands just like that. You have to prove yourself, who you are, where you are going to. Passport, please. The Germans will say, Ausweis, bitte. You cannot just be riding. Even though there's European something today, but still, when they get you somewhere, they'll still ask you.
At least if you have anywhere that there's a police checkpoint, that simply means they are carrying out official duty, including ID check. But no, that's not in Nigeria. Roadblocks are for bribe collections and all of that. We all know.
Yeah, and they tell you the people on top, they are doing their own. This is my own office to do my. I've seen them. I've had them, talking that way. The people on top, they are doing their own. This is my own office, and if you make gra, I don't want to mention the name of the journalist. They nearly shot me and her on the road. Yeah, a prominent Nigerian journalist. They nearly killed me and her on the road. They wanted bribe during Christmas period. Are you getting me?
I'm with you.
And we were begging. The daughter came from America to see her father. And we three were in that car, in their family car. She just said I should follow her because we came from the same local government, can call it local government area. So, I followed them. And this policeman, one of them cocked his gun. He wanted something. It was towards New Year, you understand. He cocked his gun.
That Eastern rush, when people are moving back for the New Year, they want to miss it. And I remember how it used to be.
But one thing about police people is, if there are 3 police, there may be one that is a little bit human among the 3. So this one said, look, when she was telling them her name, her popularity, she's a very popular Nigerian journalist. She was. What will you? He said, if I kill you here, then your dead body go tell them, say, let me kill you.
That is story.
And they were drunk. And I was begging.
Mostly drunk.
I was begging. The one that is not so hard, I told him, come. Please, whatever we have, I don't have much. Let's give you. Please tell your brother not to shoot. Tell him not to shoot. Because he has cocked his gun. Any word from that woman, he will shoot her. And the daughter said, Mommy, I just came to see my father. Don't let me die here. Stop talking to them. She was firing them, They say, I will kill you here. If I kill you, then your dead body will get up.
They say that all the time. It's unfortunate.
It's
Thank you so much, ma'am.
The country we found ourselves.
It is.
And about the Igbos and all those, it's obvious that they have counted us out of Nigeria. So we are no longer members of that country. But the silence of a tiger, they said, is not it's not weakness. They should take it easy with Igbos. Everybody is begging them, leave Igbos alone. Igbo didn't report you to anywhere. You said Obi didn't win, and you have taken over the power. Why don't you leave people in peace? Why don't you? And many of us are married to them. I have some children. 3 of them are already married to Yorubas. Are you getting me? My last baby wants to marry one soon. Am I going to tell him, don't marry Yoruba because now there is something against us? We people should be careful. They are destroying. If Emilio doesn't know what to do, he should just resign. He has lived long enough. I think he's over 80 or whatever his age is.
Well, he's currently claiming 73, I think, but everybody knows he's probably more than that.
So whatever his age is, he cannot destroy a nation that was there before his birth.
Amen to that.
God bless all of us.
Amen.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma. You have a good one, okay? So that's our lady there, Beatrice. Oh, hang on, I think I just missed yours. This of my callers who are calling on the WhatsApp, okay? I should be able to get you here. Let's hope. And I think that is is that you?
Yes, it's me. Good evening.
Oh, good evening, ma'am. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, my dear. How are you?
Well, I'm here. Just doing same old.
Very good. Very good broadcast today. Thank you for all the work that you're doing. I'm not gonna spend too long. Just a few things I wanted to speak on. Okay. So regarding the policemen, so let me start from the last one. So disgracing Nigeria. That's not in me.
Clearer. It seems that.
So can you hear me?
Yeah, I can, but it's somehow like inaudible somehow.
All right, I don't know if
it's
it's better. If it's better now.
I believe.
No, not at all. I'm actually having my hair done, so my head is hurting at the moment.
So you're like, okay.
But
tell them to hang on for a minute,
yes,
for you, and then you go back to it.
No, it's fine. It's fine. If you can hear me clearly now, right?
I think I can. Yes, it's pretty much better. Yeah, please.
Yes. Okay. So with regards to the policemen, I mean, obviously, they won't be the first set of people to embarrass us on an international stage. we have a president who is incoherent like 99.9% of the time. The only problem we have is that we can't do anything about him. We can't get him out of government. We can't, fire him or whatever, right? So whether or not there are people embarrassing us is on a daily basis. Like, what's the highest embarrassment that we can have? An incoherent president, one who doesn't have any ideas, one who doesn't have any vision, or any know-how to move the country from point A to point B. So if it's embarrassment, let's just get ready. We're going to be embarrassed as long as this APC is in government. Okay.
So
now,
whatever it is right now, we can always either begin to get used to those embarrassments or
exactly,
get tired
that's what I'm
of
saying.
them
There's no
and do something.
Saying Nigeria has been embarrassed is delivering the point. We already have a massive embarrassment on out there, even bigger than the Nigerian police. You have the president of the whole country who is an embarrassment, who is, like I said, incoherent 99.9% of the time. It's exactly a drug dealer, a certificate holder.
There's nothing that can really wash that off, Cham. I swear, no matter how much people try to forget, every time you see his face,
you
that's
can't
what you see.
You can't forget. He just has to open his mouth, and you're reminded that everything just comes rushing back. Okay. So, you talk about the northern people, using this
man, they are
bombing
already getting
to
ready. At least all of now, Mayegun's diary political, right, in the temple here. When the whole show begin to kind of unfold, it won't surprise a lot of you. Because now then all of you will begin to call back and say, oh, Mayegun, you remember you said this program in your program in 20. I'll be like, I remember. At least if you can remember, then I remember too. It's about to get started.
Well, I'm not surprised because they've been trying to spin this story about how it was an Igbo person who did this and that and the other. They've already started peddling that who gave the order. They've already started peddling that story and trying to whip up, the usual sentiments, tribal sentiments around all of these things, right? But like you said, we'll be ready, Well, I mean, what else can we do, to be honest? But we will not be fooled.
I mean, it's just
their antics.
It just simply means that I have said this before, and I kind of will repeat it tonight, and I hope you remember as well, right? I said, look at these guys, okay? Except they self-destruct, destroy themselves, okay? The people, we don't have a chance, okay, to get them completely destroyed. Now, you see, the process of them destroying themselves may take a while. Or you see, it's going to be slower and slower and slower. And this time around, if they are about to kickstart that, the ideal thing is for us to start preparing ourselves, educating ourselves. Once the alarm bell rings, okay, instead of them using it to get the power as they normally do, it should probably be the last time they will try it, rather than.
So,
go on.
Absolutely. Like you said, you have to start getting.
Because they have to destroy themselves, and they will destroy themselves. They are
and they will destroy themselves.
It's about time.
Greed will just help. The greed will help to accelerate that destruction, which is what is which is what is playing out, at the moment. Now, I don't know how much you're going to talk about how the Igbos are being targeted.
Yes.
I don't know if that targeting is ever going to stop until either a restructuring is done or, like everyone says, break it up to save lives, right? I think
I can answer that in all sincerity, taking a look, by looking at the things, okay? Profiling the Igbos, scapegoating them, all right? Blaming them or targeting them, or any language any word anybody want to use, right? Will never end in Nigeria. As long as Nigeria exists, it will never end. Even if an Igbo man comes and do his best to make a significant, impactful changes in Nigeria, the moment that Igbo man is gone, they will reverse all those gains and they will blame the Igbos for it. The only way to stop is when we break up.
We've been having this back and forth regarding the breakup of Nigeria, or whether it's the restructuring of Nigeria, right? I'm not fooling myself. I'm not even sure that we're going to have an Igbo president, to be honest, or if there will be an Igbo leader.
I'm not ruling it out. they may give them Igbo president. Like, I'm not ruling it out.
No,
I mean,
listen,
I will tell you this.
listen,
Sorry,
no,
I'll tell you this, right? In their permutation, now some of us, they see Nigeria. I mean, some of us see Nigeria as a big place. So these guys, right, it's just like a chess.
Yeah.
If they feel like Nigeria is completely gone, almost to the breaking point, just the same way they did to the Yorubas in 1999, it will just be like magic. You see everyone who is saying Igbo will never be president, Igbo with this or that. It will be like somebody somewhere changed the button. All of their criminal leaders will align, and everybody will begin to shout an Igbo. Meanwhile, they are just looking for an Igbo man to sacrifice as a sacrificial lamb in order to further keep Nigeria together. So it will never stop Igbos being profiled until Nigeria breaks.
I don't disagree with you to an extent. The point I'm trying to make is that the country that we call Nigeria is not a real country. I think we've all come to that. We've all come to that point.
Conclusion.
This is not a real country. We've come to that conclusion that this is not a real country because, first of all, there's no buying from other
no statute, no agreements, no nothing.
From the most tribes, from anybody, to be honest. Okay, it was just like a country, a place put together by the British for their own convenience, right? Now, there can't be any kind of progress, significant progress, when we haven't addressed the fundamental issues that we have. That we, like we've all said, this is not a country. So the way it is, it cannot work. So we all have to agree as to how we want to be governed, whether or not we want to go back to the regional government that we had previously, and then pay into the center, right? So I don't know. The point I'm trying to make.
No, you are making a very good point. Like, there's no one size fits all in this situation we are in. That they are telling us that there are no, they said Nigeria unity is non-negotiable. That means this non-negotiable is the problem right now. People must have options. We must have options. We must
have options.
Negotiate this. Or else we'll continue going in circles.
And I've always felt that, and my own feeling is that if you elect somebody who is reasonable, right, we can always have the next item to be the restructuring of the country. Now, Thiefnubu is not going to ever give us that because he's illegitimate. This particular situation that Nigeria is in, suits criminals like him. Okay, they want it this way because it works for them and their allies. Okay, now why I like Peter Obi is because they said if you start for nothing, you will fall for everything, right? I've seen people, and I think this is what annoys me the most. And I keep saying it, like the chat group can be a bit of a mess, right? When you show the people Obi clip, you have people calling him Obidiot, Obi fool, this and that, and I'm like,
obedience,
okay,
Obi
what
gods, Obi this, and the same set of
what exactly
people go on.
Yeah, what exactly is he saying that is not the truth? He's telling you how he creates wealth. He's telling you what his own hopes and aspirations are and his own dreams are. You can't ask him not to dream. If you feel entitled to dream, so does the next person. If Obi's biggest dream is to see a Nigeria that works, why do you hold that against him? That is his biggest vision. That is his biggest hope.
Charm, listen.
And
people will tell you he's a politician, okay? They will tell you it's like other Nigerian politicians, right? Like as much as I will respect people who say that, okay? We all agree that Peter Obi is, you know what I mean? Like, when he wasn't saying he wanted to be president, he was loved by a lot of people, including those who are calling him all kind of names today. So he's being criticized or hated because he's not corrupt enough. He did not install his own state. You know what I mean? All those things, okay?
Yeah. I understand that.
Well, hang on. Now, why do people now hate him? The other part is because he's an Igbo man. There's no other extra.
See, I see two scenarios. People talk about, break it up to save lives. That's very, and I've said that before, right? That eventually it will get to a point where Nigerians can't take it anymore and they will hit the streets. There will be loss of lives, right? People will die. Okay, people will die, right? But I wanted to see a situation whereby if you have somebody like Itobi, then he can be compelled because that is the next item on our agenda, the restructuring of the country, because we can't carry on the way that we are, right? And I feel like that is a bloodless option. That seems like a bloodless option because, again, we are talking about lives. You don't want people to die. So I think sometimes I take offense to people who talk about, who insult people for no just reason because they stood on their own beliefs and they're, and they're standing there. If you have your own beliefs, if you have your own beliefs and you have your own dreams, hopes and dreams, stand on your own hopes and dreams. So don't insult the next person. And I think that's just where I want to end because
I will leave it at that. I think a lot of people around here
is a
already
bit of a
catching up
mess.
there. Cham, enjoy the rest of the day, okay? Thank you so much for that contribution. But make a hard small before I take next call, okay? You see, the chance that what would have Obi done if he was Obi, would he have probably begun the process of restructuring Nigeria? Would he have the political will to do that? Here is number one, we will never know, okay? Since Peter Obi participated in your charade elections, and you have seen how that ended. So you see that avenue of if it was Obi, somebody who seems to have an idea of people coming together to discuss about Nigeria, and now they want to be governed and the rest of that, right? So he might do it. Some will tell you, no, he doesn't have the North will never let him do it. Forget it. Obi can never do any restriction. Listen, the point I'm making is we will never know. And if anybody is telling you that the reason why they still believe in Nigeria and they want to be president and they want to campaign for election and the rest of that is because they believe Obi could come and do restructuring, that is also going to be something that I can say authoritatively that is a lie. And on that, you see, on this one, we may say we will never find out. Okay, it's not your president now, Abi. The fact that okay, in the future they might want to do this or that, no. For Obi as an Igbo man to be president of Nigeria, the power brokers, the criminals in Nigeria, from the north to the south to the east to everywhere, they must align. Do you understand? And that's what I said to Cham earlier. You see how Obi said majority of them don't pick his cause anymore. During that campaign, they were avoiding him. They didn't want to be seen with him. And these were people that he's had relationship of a 20, 30, 40 years relationship with. But because he said he wants to be president, majority of them, if he called them that he's coming to their house, they would tell him that, sorry, I'm not in Nigeria, I'm not home now. Obi said that they were avoiding him and all of that. If all of them align, and Obi, an Igbo man, is their, is the candidate of unity. They always have that once in a while. Candidate of unity, which is they don't want the Biafra to go, the Igbos to go. So let's make an Igbo man the next president. Okay? It will just all be like, why is everybody aligning? You will be seeing the sheikh in northern Nigeria, in Kano, in everywhere. They will begin to aggressively push for Peter Obi. Now, here is where that will end. It simply means, you see all these interests that are going to align, that are going to allow your vote to count, that are not going to shut down your server and all of that stuff, the cabals, the military and the rest of them, that are going to just align for Peter Obi. These are interests that are going to take away the political will from Obi himself. These are people that can make the country ungovernable and make you hate him within 2 weeks. And if they know that he has the intention of breaking up Nigeria into regions where everyone can just be on their own and all of that, then you will probably even hate him more, because they will have a hold on him. The time that Obi could have possibly just be the ideal candidate that you can put your money on, that it would possibly make a difference when it comes to restructuring Nigeria, the last time and the best time was your last charade. It was meant to be rigged. It was meant to be stolen. And it was meant to be what it was. And it is right now. I told you that, but that was the chance. That was the chance that for the first time, money was not going to determine the election. Even Kolu, as much as Kolu spent for the election on the vote and the rest of that, you will never compare that to what Mahmoud Yakubu and his gang cashed out from these rogue politicians who are writing the results. INEC. And then they are judiciaring. As you are paying lawyer, paying for lawyers, paying for evidence, this or that, they paid judges. And they had to write the judges for them as well, the judgment for them as well. Here you get. So if to say they allowed your vote to count, which they would never, and we knew that they would never let it. Assuming they allowed it, it would have been the first time that you are electing a president without actually being paid a kobo, without having been paid to begin to go and lie to people about. Here you get. And that would have been a legitimacy. That could have pulled wonders, but it's never going to happen. Even though they might tell you that it's still going to happen in the future. I don't know about that. Okay? Maybe Prince Jejeman knows. Prince Jejeman.
Yes, this is Prince Jejeman representing IPOB for live, Mama.
The Prince representing IPOB for live. Prince Jejeman, please.
My Tucano Mike. Baba with the hair.
Tell me. Well, how is your weekend, by the way? Prince Jejeman.
My weekend there, great. Can't complain.
Well, now you have heard the lowdown today, and I bet you have your own add-ons too.
Yes, Baba.
Please go ahead.
Thank you for the time, Baba. What I have to say or contribute today is to remind the Supreme Court judges of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Fulani Republic of Nigeria.
I want to remind them the date of Nnamdi Kanu unconditional
release,
freedom.
Isn't that Friday next week, by the way?
Yes, coming Friday 15th. I want to mention the date to them. Because they normally go on holiday and they normally go to marry the fourth wife. I want them to remember the date. Last time they told us they forgot that they have holiday on the date of Nnamdi Kanu court day. Nnamdi Kanu issue and case is a global issue.
It is.
It's not a local champion material. We want to remind them the date. Nnamdi Kanu is not the one that is causing insecurity in Nigeria.
No, he's not.
He is not the one that is recruiting Boko Haram into all the armed forces of Nigeria. Today, they are bombing the citizens. And the only thing the citizens are receiving is sorry. It is not Nnamdi Kanu who is doing that. I want to remind the Supreme Court judges. Okay? It is not the Supreme Court judges. I want to also remind them that it's not Nnamdi Kanu that went for international kidnapping and terrorism in 1984.
No.
And in 2021, it is not Nnamdi Kanu that went for international kidnapping and terrorism in Kenya.
No.
It is the Fulani herdsmen terrorist family.
Yes, so.
They are the problem to Nigeria. They are the one that is causing
breaking international law, kidnapping people internationally, and at the same time ransacking people's villages, asking them for their land or their lives. Tell them.
They don't respect any rule of law, both local local and internationally.
No.
They deserve their own separate nation. They don't even have to join Hausa. Because Hausa have never had rest since they joined them in the north. Hausa were condemned. They use Islam to deceive Hausa. Today now, they are the one controlling 14 states of the north. Only 5 is where Hausa are governors. And they are the people that will come and tell Nigerians that Igbos are domineering. Igbos are domineering. Like if Igbo goes to north, they do take their houses or their land by force from them.
Like you
I
put
want to
gun on
remind
their head
you,
to give you their lands or give you their houses, and yet nobody knows about that because it never happens.
No Igbo man has an oil well in the north.
No.
But all the emirs, all the Fulani henchmen, Janjaweed, they have oil well in the east. But they are always accusing Igbo of not having respect, of domineering, of possessing anywhere they go. I want to be reminding the Supreme Court judges because all they know now is technicality and technicality. Since the Sharia Tanko technicality joined them, they've never recovered themselves. Is that where ghosts join human being in a party? Their life will never be the same.
It's been down
Now
to you.
is the opportunity for them. Now is the opportunity for them to redeem their image that is already destroyed internationally. 2023 election that they handed over Nigeria to an irreparable damages. A drug lord has destroyed their image. Nnamdi Kanu is the only savage for them now. That's what I want to remind them.
Thiefnubu is not going to miss the opportunity now that the North is almost ganging up and they are getting ready. And from what I heard, like I said the last time, barring any last minute change of mind or something, right? Their plan is to let him go. Supreme Court is, if they see to, my own worry is that the Supreme Court may say, oh, they have adjourned again, they couldn't sit again, they adjourned to another month. And I pray they don't, like you just said you want them. We hope they will listen and take the chance now.
I want them to know, Mayegu, God bless you. I want them to know that, you see, the more they delay, the more their image are being destroyed.
We'll keep it destroyed
throughout the whole world. And we will make sure that they will never sit in any court. Because if they continue to dispense injustice, what goes around comes around.
It does come around.
Their families that are abroad, one day, the whole nation where they are will tell them that they are from Africa and they must go back. Let them continue to destroy Nigeria and think that they can have a safe haven in UK and America. It will not augur well. Oh.
Amen. Oh.
What goes around comes around. God bless you, my good general.
Prince
Continue the great job.
Thank you.
We support you.
I know.
Our freedom is sure.
Certainly.
Nigeria is gone. And there's no way, nothing they can do about it.
At least not this way.
Okay.
There's one thing they can do. Call everybody peacefully. We'll go our separate ways. But if they continue to tell us that it's not negotiable, it's not negotiable. Okay, the prince. I'll take another one.
God bless you, Jare. Continue the fire. Continue the fire. We need more people like you, my good general.
Yes,
we need more people like you.
And we will get trust.
Prince. My another thing I want to beg our Yoruba brothers, please, let them join force like you and be speaking, because Yoruba land is under siege. Let them not be focusing on party in Abuja and forget their land. The Fulani terrorists, herdsmen are rounding up all over Nigeria as we speak. Let them not be focusing on party in Abuja. This is what I'm begging. This is what I'm begging them. Oh.
Thank you, the prince.
Yoruba nation should be their focus, not Nigeria. Thank you, my good general.
And you too. You stay safe, okay? You have a good one. That's Prince JJ Man. Now, if you are still with me, it simply means that you are still enjoying the Zabi. have you really liked the broadcast? Like you leave the comment section and you go on there and you like it. I have seen that over 800 of us have managed to pay our offerings, right? Yet you still have nearly 2,000 still watching. You should go there and do it, please. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Good morning from Philippines.
Oh, is it morning now over there? India, is that where you're coming from? Calling from?
The Philippines.
Say that again, sorry.
The Philippines.
Oh, it's Philippines. Sorry, I was looking at that call code earlier. So how are you? It's morning now, right there, isn't it?
Yes, I'm getting ready to go to church. I just decided to call in before,
Okay, please do. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
This is my first time calling.
And first time caller, yeah?
Yeah.
Great.
I go by the name Ike.
Did you say Idris?
Ike Chuku, Ike for short.
Ike for short, okay. I'll keep Ike Chuku, right?
Yes, sir.
Beautiful.
So
That line seems quiet, okay, but Ike, if you can just raise your voice a little bit, but I know it's too early in the morning and I don't want you to be shouting in your own apartment right now, okay? But a little bit, please.
Yes, sir. I don't really have much to talk about today, based on everything you have been saying, and I've been following your broadcast for like 4 years now.
Oh dear.
So
thank you.
I'm a proud Biafran, as everybody wants to claim. Actually, my dad is from Obudu, Cross River State, and my mom is from Imo. But I'm a proud Biafran. I was on Facebook today and I saw a guy posted something. I was like, talking about how the Igbos in Lagos need to, they're talking about going back to the south.
Oh,
and I was
telling
like,
people to go back to where they come from, yeah?
Exactly. And I was like, why can't you tell your government to open our seaport in Cross River State, in Bayelsa State, in Port Harcourt, all those riverine areas? Open our seaport, probably our airports, and see what happens. If all our brothers from Lagos will go back and develop again.
Exactly. Open all those places and see if they won't go back. Imagine a whole country, a whole Nigeria has just one single seaport, one single sea entry officially in a whole Nigeria.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
Here in Philippines, this country, we are times 2 their population. They have about 15 seaports. I won't lie.
Everywhere you see countries, where you see countries with water like this, like you have in Nigeria, Southern, everywhere, right? My port go yakpa for everywhere now. Port will yakpa shani.
Philippines is also a third world country, but since I came here, they never carried like this. I came here 2014. I've been here. I came here at a very young age. I've been here for up to 9 years now. So,
and that's like almost what do you call it? Over 9 years now, you would say.
This December 28th makes it 9 years.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
So you have been into the system for that long enough to know that these guys are just deliberately kept us in that darkness. Haven't you just noticed?
For a very long time. I'm a very young guy. I would lie to you. I'm 25 years old. I don't know if I'm probably the youngest
which means
guy.
you have been in Philippines since you are probably 16, 17.
You're very correct. I was 16 when I left Nigeria. And ever since, I've never once in my lifetime had a feel for these criminals. When I hear and see other young people like me on social media talking and doing all this nonsense,
you just feel
I wonder,
man, these guys have no idea of how their lives are wasting, right?
Why can't we be cut of the same clothes to be thinking like each other? Because it's very, very outrageous. I'm very surprised. A lot of young people who don't know anything about the politics going on in Nigeria. I've never been a fan to none of these criminals. My dad was a civil servant. Today they owe him pension. All these things have affected me in these Philippines. Nigeria has happened to me long time ago before I started watching your broadcast.
Yeah, brother.
I won't lie to you, man. I'm telling you, I'm very serious. I'm still here in Philippines, hoping that I will go home someday. But please go home. the tunnel vision is really blurry. I'm telling
Now
you.
at your own age, you have known so much enough that you will not let anybody continue to lie to you that your future is bright in Nigeria. You will not. And there are many people like you, many young people like you as well, who have now catch up. They're not going to wait till they turn 45 before realizing that they've been lied to.
Never. I won't wait till I turn all those all those agbayas I see on Facebook. No, I will never do that. Even my dad, when I talk to my dad, he wants to use prayer. You know, Nigerian parents.
Nigerian parents, can you blame him?
He wants to use prayer. I say, now you the open pension, maybe me. You are still defending these people.
I tell you, what do you want me to say now? What do you do other than for us to keep praying for them so that they will pay us? Like, what do you want me to say? I say, man, this is just not right.
I had an argument with some guys over here. Young guys like me, they are telling me I should pray for Thiefnubu to accept. How can you pray for somebody like that? That has been a criminal for years before I was born.
Thiefnubu succeed. Who prays for criminals to succeed? Do people even know what they are praying for?
I just tired. They are praying for a criminal
to succeed.
Very outrageous. I'm really glad I was able to call in and get my, I appreciate my everything. I hope to call in sometime again.
Please do. And I mean, I know it's so late to join over there, but you've been watching somehow for the past few years. Yeah, Baba.
Every day. That time, before this time changed, 3 a.m. I wake up. Look at the wake up. I always be awake. Now the time don't change 4 a.m. So I'm always there doing, listening, getting informed. I appreciate your effort, Baba. I really appreciate your effort.
Thank you.
You're one of the OGs.
Just take it easy too, okay? And all the best. And I would love to speak to you again, Baba. Ike, you have a wonderful day, because I can't say good night to you now. I have to say you have a wonderful day, okay? A wonderful Sunday, rather. Yes, man. That's Ike from Philippines. And listen, it's quite interesting when you understand that there are a handful number of young people who now understands what is going on in Nigeria than you can imagine. But yet, we are still building that number up.
Come on.
Hello there.
Hey, Miyagun, how are you today?
I am very well, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right, thanks. Chris from Nottingham.
Oh, did you say Chris? Chris, man, Chris, it's been a while.
Yeah, that's what time it is, brother.
Oh, bless you, Baba. Anyway,
I love your program.
Yes, please.
I love your program because you always make my day.
Oh, bless you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, today, right? Do one thing you don't understand that there's a bit of comedy to your program.
I decided you know there's a story behind that, Chris, right? There's a story behind that, right? Usually when I first started, right? And I'm always like this angry. So I'm always shouting. And I wouldn't even know that I was shouting. Then some people get a little bit, something like, you don't need to shout like that and all of that stuff and that, right? Then I started getting deeper. Where when I'm speaking, it's just going to get to you and you'll be like, I'm digging into your heart. And you are just there like,
I can understand.
That's true. Then some people started saying they are open to stop watching me because it gets them too emotional. It gets them to be thinking too deep. I'm like, okay, you know what? We'll be mixing it up so that the message will still be passed, right? And you can chuckle for a while, like laugh, giggle, and all that. But the message will still be passed. It's not supposed to be comedy, you know it. Well, I don't want to be
today's program is comedical.
But it's good.
Because
it's a mix of everything.
Yeah, the part where the Dutch lady got to the checkpoint.
Yeah.
And they said from then I say,
You saw that too, right?
I saw that, but I couldn't stop laughing, man.
Nigeria should be on Netflix. Somebody told me that. I said, man.
Definitely, right? Nigeria is a crime scene and is a comedy scene as well.
Tell me about
I think we are the best comedians in the world.
Yes.
But sometimes when you look at that program, right? When you look at what is happening in Nigeria today, right? You can't blame the help. A lot of people blame the judiciary, which we did when they give all those judgments and all those rubbish, right? But first of all, you check how much those people are paid. Don't forget, judges are like, how do I describe them? Judges like They are like immortal human beings. You can't see them in public. They don't go to parties. They don't, you know what I'm saying? They get their life to.
They were meant to be sacred. You don't see them anyhow.
Yes, and those type of people, you pay them a high court just gets 600,000 naira per month.
400. There are some collecting 400.
And 400, and yes, even there is someone in Imo State that was riding on Okada. A high court judge, she's a lady on Okada to work. And this is
now in a position to give a judgment on presidential election. They promised,
and they offer her $5 million. What do you expect her to do? Those policemen you see today, right? They are paid 40,000 naira,
50,000
per month, right?
Yes.
And the budget for every police station in Nigeria is 30,000 naira per year. Budget for every police station, 30,000. How would they manage that?
I shook. Because when you divide that 30,000 naira by, what do you call it, by 12, it can't be like saying just about 500.
So you can understand why those people are saying, what do you bring for us? You want to blame those guys? You can't blame them. So Nigeria need a total restructuring. It's not about ethnicity. Forget about the ethnicity or Yoruba. Look, I'm from Delta, right? And if you want to talk about that, right? I think every governor that have ever managed Delta since the new dispensation, right? All of that
would be from James Ibori's time.
Yeah, they should bury that. They should be. Yeah, they should bury that alive. All of them should be buried alive.
Even Okowa.
Okowa was one of the most. Oh my God! I can't look. I don't want to talk about
800 billion naira loan to fund Atiku's campaign. I don't know if some of you still remember that. They are part of the loan that Delta State.
A month to the election. The guy collected 800 billion naira. A month to election. How does he explain that?
Baba, the guy just disappeared like that as we speak right now. I don't know where he is.
Because it's to this rising power. You know, they cover up for them. That's why every governor, Wike, all of them want to cover. But unfortunately for Wike, Wambara, the guy is installed in the River State. But all the same, right?
So
the guy
cannot be buried alive, you said.
Yes. So, Mayegun, I love your program. I called today not just because I want to contribute much. I just want to look at the comedy part of your program, which is very interesting. Which I enjoy so much.
Then, right? We should keep it that way.
Nigerian situation is forgone.
It's too
Forget
much.
about it. It's too much. So I can't. If I say want to go to the Igbo side,
the part that is actually keeping you still on this.
Chris. My wife is still waiting for you to say Atisheton. She's waiting for that.
Okay, I'll give you that. Chris.
Because Nigeria wahala is beyond our comprehension, man. We're not finished. You can't solve it.
Make them break up.
Thank you very much, my brother, man. I love you, brother, man. Take it easy, man.
Thank you so much, Chris. Have a good one. Send me well to the missus, okay?
Yeah,
Tell her that I'm going to play out the music. You too.
Àtisẹ́tẹ́ àti ń parọ́ tipẹ́ àtisẹ́tẹ́ tìtó òdìmú òdodo òsì mọ́ àtisẹ́tẹ́ kágbádé fáláre àtisẹ́tẹ́ kágbẹ̀bí fáláre àtisẹ́tẹ́ adájọ́ ń parọ́ torí owó àtisẹ́tẹ́ òṣèlú ń parọ́ nítorí ipò àtisẹ́tẹ́ èdò gbówó ń tẹ́ àtisẹ́tẹ́ ìjà ń jà aráàlú àtisẹ́tẹ́.
Chriso, now I have another caller on the line here. Hello there.
Mayegun General.
Yes, sir. How are you?
The OG. I'm doing good.
Baba,
it's good to get across to you today.
Thank you.
Hey, this is the flagship from Atlanta, Georgia.
Flagship. Man,
from Atlanta,
I think I have
Georgia.
seen that comment. You see, you guys on YouTube, right? It's such a different world. Okay?
I'm telling you.
However, when I now speak to you in person, I think it's quite an honor, I'll say. The flagship. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Thank you so much for what you do. Hey, on a side note, that song you just played now is my favorite.
Is it?
Whenever I hear it, I'm telling you, man, it cracks me up.
Really?
Although I don't know what it means, but I love it. I look forward to it at every show.
I'm singing that, you know what is that, Nemesis is catching up with all of us now. We have overdone it. We've been doing it, but this time around, we have overdone it. Now, we are seeing the snake swallowing money. We are seeing the judges selling their judgments. We are seeing everybody hungry because we caused it. That's simply the meaning. We caused it upon ourselves. So, yeah, we have done it.
Right. I appreciate that. Right.
I know it's quite a message, right? But yeah.
Right.
I didn't know it would
right. It is. Oh yeah, it is. I love it, man. Hey, listen. So I've got quite a lot to talk about, but I'll stick to just a few.
Just go.
I've been watching your show for I've been watching your show for quite some months. Actually, I found out about you a couple of months ago on YouTube, and trust me, I'm stuck to it. My 4-year-old says, "When are we going to go to Scotland? I want to see Mayegun."
You don't do that. Because I'm really good with children, by the way. Just don't be surprised.
Oh, my God. You just don't know
I've had people told me, right, like, Mayegun, my daughter or my son, or even my granddaughter, whenever your music comes on, they want to sing to it. Mayegun don't come.
Right.
Especially children.
Yes, indeed. It is. Indeed.
And say me well to him, too.
Sure, she will hear. I'll let her know. I'm sure she's going to listen to it. She's watching in the living room.
That's even more
my little girl. She's in the living room watching. Yeah. Hey, listen.
A flagship, sir.
So it's become so. I'm lost for words to say how Nigeria has been so numbed to the point that human life is of no value anymore. I'm surprised to see that every day. I saw the video you played, and I'm going to start with this one. I saw the video about Wike that you played and how he was trying to defend 15 billion naira for a home for a vice president. And my question is this. 1960 till date, all the vice presidents that Nigeria has had, they have done well. They've never been homeless. They've never lived on the street.
No.
They've never lived any life generally has been good. They've got good places to stay. How do you manage to want to defend 15 billion naira to complete a project that has started already? Compare that with 10 billion to train the future of Nigeria. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. Nothing they do makes sense, sir. Always.
It doesn't make sense. But and he asked a question that I kind of laughed at, and I'm like, this guy's really either do not know what they're talking about, don't have any plans for Nigeria, which I do know is the case.
And
how would you say that
they don't give a damn about? Is that number one?
No, they
have
don't.
No idea
they
what
don't.
they are talking about. Number two, they don't give a damn.
They don't. How would you? So you're telling me that you want to build that facility because there are visiting presidents from other countries that will come and you would house them there. Who told you that security from other countries would allow their presidents stay just anywhere that you provide? It doesn't work that way.
No.
So it's just a cash cow for these guys to milk the country without one bit of pity for the citizens that they seem to be ruling over. That just beats my imagination. And secondly, which would be lastly, I'm not sure if you talked about this, but I'm still yet to get over the bombing case in Kaduna, where there was a loss of life for 100.
Just like many others we've seen in the past, right?
Right.
You know, these are lost souls. I mean, it's lost innocent souls, right? But some people are already ganging up to milk it politically, and I can smell it from far. Yeah,
so I'm wondering why the streets are not filled with Nigerians outraged over this. This is a trend. It's not like it's a mistake. It's not a one occurrence event. It's a trend. It happens all the time.
And
since
once
20,
it happens all the
I mean,
time, it becomes a pattern, not a mistake. This is not.
It's a pattern. Yeah, it's not a mistake anymore. and you come out. My questions are these. These are the pertinent questions that I have to ask. And I hope those that are listening, who may be in government, would seriously take this into action if they try to want to investigate it. Question number one: the president of Nigeria is considered the chief, a commander-in-chief.
Yeah, they call him the Grand Commander of the Armed Forces. Apart from the Grand Commander of the Federal Republic, is also the
right. No action will be taken by any military general without first sharing the intel with the president. So question number one, was Thiefnubu aware of this bombing? Was he informed that, hey, we found a site where there could be possible terrorists and we're going to bomb it, Mr. President? Did he give the go for that bombing to be carried out? Number two, who is the general that gave the go for this bombing to be carried out? His resignation should be demanded. We should be demanding for his resignation at this point. I mean, you remember when the U.S. was leaving, and I hate comparing the U.S. to Nigeria because they are on both extremes. It's unfair to do that.
In some instance, we can always use the U.S. A good example to what could have happened in Nigeria, what could have been in Nigeria, because that's the best we could use anyway. Go on.
Right. So when the U.S. was pulling out of Afghanistan, and Joe Biden made the mistake he made when they got bombed by bombers who were strapped, the U.S. had a drone that shot a sort of like pickup truck that had civilians in it, and they thought it was terrorists that were in the truck that were driving outside of the airport. At that time, that bombing took place where 13 U.S. soldiers, Marines, were killed. But come to find out that that was actually not the case. It was civilians. It was brought out. The general answered to it. Joe Biden was criticized. He took responsibility.
He has to.
That innocent citizens were killed by the U.S. Army. By not mistake, but the intelligence, for whatever reason, got it wrong. And they owned up to it.
And it cost people's lives.
They owned up to it. It cost people's lives. How can you, the president, 150 plus souls gone, no questions asked. No. Your general comes out to say, oh, it was a mistake. We're going to try to see how we will not let this happen again. His resignation should be on the table at this time. And Thiefnubu ought to answer that question. Were you informed, Mr. President? If yes, did you give the go-ahead for this to be carried out?
Because that's how it should be. Why? Let's make our listeners understand this as well, right? See, there is hierarchy in giving commands like this, especially if you want to strike anywhere. Okay, the military will have their intelligence, work on it, and once they are ready for a go, they will go and brief the president and say, "Mr. President, this is what we have. This is what we have. So we need your authorization to now release this or that." And that authorization is just to the chief of staff or anybody who is going to carry out the order.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But he must have his consent. Thiefnubu was in Dubai, remember?
Yep,
so which means here is two dangers, sir. You have asked your own two questions, right? I have two sort of a dangers to point out here, sir. Okay, number one, it is either those who are because of course he will have security advisors around him when the military brings such intel. Okay, he will have his own security advisors to advise him on it, what to do, Abi, and then they finally said go ahead and bomb. Now, if Thiefnubu gave the order, now it is actually time for people who still have their own sanity intact and they have influence to begin to process how to get Thiefnubu out of that place or else. Because that means there are some dangerous people around him that will make him bomb anywhere. All they need is just something to show to him and he will do it. That's one. The second one, did they carry out this strike even without telling him at all? And what does that mean? That somebody
is not the commander in chief
that the president has no idea of. What does that mean? Now, this will be my own two. I will add to yours, sir. The flagship. Continue.
And you took one, which is my last.
Oh, sorry.
If he was
you have
not
to say
aware,
the last one in your own words.
No worries. Let me say.
Yes, sir.
If Thiefnubu was not informed and he was not aware that that strike was going to take place, then Nigeria is in deep trouble.
A deep one.
More than we think it is. That means he's not the commander in chief. He's not ruling the country. No. He doesn't know what is going on.
No.
That's why the resignation of the general should be on the table what's his name? The guy that's the defense minister should also have
the chief of defense, chief of army staff. That one is what do you call it? Musa something. Chief of defense staff. That one is Lagbaja. There are two. I don't know that of the chief of what do you call Air Force or something like that. I don't know that one's name. But yeah, it's between the two.
Right. And their resignations should be on the table as well. How would 150 souls be killed, bomb dropped there twice, and you call it a mistake?
No.
And lastly, Mayego, yes, now you tell me, perhaps maybe I do not understand this properly. In the chain of command, the army, what has the army got to do with flying drones to bomb when we have an air force? Is that not the job of the air force to bomb? If the army has any intelligence to share that would require an airstrike on the place, should it be carried out by the Nigerian army or by the Nigerian Air Force? Why is it the army that did that?
Is important, but unfortunately, it will never happen. Unfortunately, I use unfortunately because it is sad that we will never know, and nobody will be nobody will take responsibility.
So I kind of feel like kind of being thankful on one end to David Hundeyin, who actually spoke at the time that Nigeria was planning to go attack Niger.
Yes.
Can you imagine what would have happened with this level of incapacity, for lack of a better word, unprofessionalism from every corner? Is this the army they wanted to take to war?
They could have possibly just controlled few drones to go and drop bomb in Niger and officially declare war. Why you and I are still wondering, are they crazy? What are they trying to do?
Can you imagine the trouble that would?
And then they will say it's a mistake. Cause? Oh, so sorry, it's a mistake. Sorry that we came to bomb your place. So we wanted to go and bomb terrorists in. So you know what I mean? It is a
such level.
This is dangerous.
It's dangerous. We have such heightened level of armies, what do you call them? Personnel that are not skilled, not trained, not competent. They don't know what they're doing. The army doesn't have to be everywhere. That's why they need to have contract staff that will give them intel that, hey, yes, that place you're trying to bomb, actually there are terrorists. You can go ahead and drop it. If there are not, you get out of there. You just don't fly a drone or a fighter jet and go shoot people from the air.
And then boom. First time.
And you say, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 150 people
and
gone.
You turn around and you say it's a mistake. Like, who are you fooling?
It's a mistake. Yeah. We're in a big, terrible situation. Nigeria the jugular of Nigeria is captured. It's captured. Unfortunately, Peter Obi missed a chance. He can't do it. I'm sorry to say that. There's
not this way.
No,
but
not this way.
If they decided to come and bring him later and say, then they will just do what all of us knows, right? They will do the permutation, make it look like it's real, then he will be the president. By then, Obi will now come out and tell all of us that, they don't finish this place. But they will say, but you said you can fix it now. Now, start fixing it now. Maybe you are telling people that you can do this or that. That's why some people say that if they want to advise Obi, he should just stay away from anything saying they want to lead Nigeria. Let Nigerians deal with them and figure it out afterward.
With that, I'll end here, Mr. Bayogun. Thank you so much for taking my call. We love what you do, and believe you me, I think what you share with us is way more than the history class in Nigeria would ever share. Nice. The enlightenment, the knowledge that you dish out every day consistently. Thank you. You really deserve an award at this time. Thank you so much.
I know, my award comes from a lot of you who ensure that I always make up the number that continue to encourage me to come back. Listen, if I sat here, right, and I hardly have 500 or 300, right? Even as much as I will always appreciate those who showed up, right? Sometimes it won't be encouraging enough to always want to, you know what I mean? So I always, listen, a lot of you watches Mayegun's Diary Politics ordinarily would never turn your YouTube on and sit there and be watching YouTube. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. But if I could make you sit there, you are also contributing as those who encourages me to come back. So I do appreciate every bit of it too. I do.
Thank you so much. keep doing what you're doing. We're right behind you.
Thank you,
sir.
sir. And you stay safe and
Thank
send
you.
me well to the little miss. Okay. Tell her
We'll
I said
do. Thanks.
hi. Okay. Thank you, sir.
I
Now
will.
I'm gonna take my last call because my time is almost up. And my last caller is hello.
Yeah, hello. Good evening, Mr. Maigu. My name is Anthony.
Anthony.
Yeah,
Go on.
Yeah, I'm calling from Dubai.
Oh, Anthony from Dubai. Have we spoken before? I don't think I have actually spoken to you before, have I?
No.
No, right? Because I remember Anthony, the other Anthony, which is my own Anthony from the US as well. So every time I have all those unique names, right? I always don't want to forget them. But I don't think I've spoken to you before. But now that I am, right? Thank you, Anthony.
Yeah.
How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. How are you? How's family?
I am surviving, and we are all grateful. Thanks for asking, Baba.
Yeah, good evening to all the viewers as well.
Bless you. They are all responding too. Please.
Okay, I want to go straight to the point.
Please.
So, my brother, the thing is, if we look at Nigeria today, the problem is not just the leaders, because if we blame only the leaders, then we are not being fair to Nigeria.
Absolutely.
The issue is also with the citizens of the country, because
you know what we call them, Anthony? You know what we call the citizens we call them the enablers. Without them, these leaders don't exist. I agree with you.
Exactly. Now, take a look at the last election, my brother. We know that so many tribes came out to vote for Labour Party, APC, PDP. It's fine. Everybody has the right to vote who they want to vote. But the way the election went is where I find fault. You see, for Nigeria to be great again, we must first of all remove tribalism. And in removing tribalism, we must also bring back history to Nigerian schools.
Amen.
We must bring back history, because no nation can thrive without knowing their history. You don't know your past, because without knowing your past, how do you know where you are going to? It is not just, we need to also know, okay, this is what our forefathers did. This is how we were. But those have been taken away from us. Now we have a few old men, a few elderly men trying to rewrite history, you see, like how most of these presidents, when they finish, most of these ministers, they begin to write books and we begin to read them. Yes, exactly. We begin to read these books and we begin to believe what then they are saying, instead of the history that we know we have. Why have governments shut out history from school? Now, let's leave history aside now, my brother. Also, as Nigeria is as a whole, you see most of us, when we travel abroad, even if you stay, like you're in the UK now, even if you stay in Beckham, if you stay in England, anywhere you stay, you're still from Great Britain. You're still from the UK.
That's right.
You are one. You can move from where you are and go somewhere else and live. But in Nigeria, no matter where you live in Nigeria, one day they must still come for you and tell you that you are not a part of this place. We must remove those things from our eyes. We must also know that when dealing with a tribe, you are dealing with just one person, not the whole tribe.
And don't go about with the brush, painting everybody same color to make yourself feel good.
Exactly. Now we talk about the issues that happened during the elections, the killings, the whatever that happened. The issue is that if we don't come collectively as a nation to say that this is injustice, if some of our educated Nigerians are saying, oh no, nothing like this happened, or nothing like this happened.
Denying it, and at the same time, right before our eyes, they are changing the story until they will bury it.
Exactly, my brother. The politicians will continue to have a hold on us because they can find praise within the educated ones.
Yes.
Now, I just thank God for social media, because without social media, so many things that we used to believe was like this. Social media has brought them to light. And what I want to advise Nigerians is that we are all in this together. No matter if you come online and say, oh, APC voters go see Shege Promas, this go see Shege Promas. My brother, at the end of the day, we are all seeing the Shege Promax.
Everyone is seeing the Shege Promax. You are right.
Why don't Nigerian youths come together? If you live in a place, form a community. If you go abroad, you will see most of other countries, they form community. The youths form community. Even in your own country, you can form a community. Speak to each other. Speak about the things.
Enlighten one another. Stand up together. Team and network with others here and there. And see what you can do.
My brother.
I love that.
Exactly,
Anthony.
my brother. No matter how we continue to scream that Thiefnubu is this, Thiefnubu is that, Thiefnubu, my brother, in the next 4 years coming again, if care is not taken, he will still be elected.
And then people will cry for another 4 years again and talk. I like that. Oh, we can talk from now, okay, till 2020, what do you call it? Year 2100, I'll be year 2100, okay? Until we actually stand up, stamp our foot like this, and say, we won't change it. Yeah, I agree with you. Go on.
Yes, you know why these things are happening is because, and why it will continue to happen is because there is a crack in the unity of Nigeria.
That's right.
And a few people recognize this crack and continue to walk towards that crack. They use that crack as their own point. And what is that crack? Now, let me tell, I'm sorry to say this, the biggest truth is that in the whole of Nigeria, the North is scared of the East and the West coming as one.
They are coming together.
Now, coming together and saying, okay, this is how we want, because if the East and the West stand today and say Nigeria will be great, my brother, the rest of the nation will follow. But now they have seen the division between the East, the Yorubas and the Igbos. They've seen the division between them.
And they continue to invest in that division to continue to widen and widen. Do you know that that's why I spend my time here to continue to remind all of us that, you see, even when you want to try to be normal, in the face of all this ethnic, tribal, religious baiting, okay, I try my best on my Egun's Diary Political to try to keep the sanity of my own friends here and say, listen, you may be tempted, though. Like, you are not the one who is abusing other people. But jeje, you sit down there on social media, you are a Yoruba man or an Igbo man. They will just come and say, Igbo is this. And at your jeje, you sit down. You will see all these messages. Can you please try enough not to engage with them? They are called ethnic baiting. Because when you now reply and say, now you so Yorubas be, another Yoruba will respond and say, now so you the Igbos be. They are investing in that division. The more we entertain it,
my brother,
keep them in power.
I have encountered so many of them
of such like that will bait you, want to make you respond and say, see waiting this one right about the Igbos, or see waiting this one right about the Yorubas, and you want to respond, and you'll be like, no, I don't want to be part of that. I've done that many times too. Baba?
Exactly, my brother. The thing I am also saying is that this crack between the Igbos and the Yorubas is what is hindering Nigeria today. Exactly. It is what is hindering. No matter if we say if the Yorubas and Igbos can come together, but I don't see how it will happen because
I keep explaining that to people. It can happen. We should just listen. We should just know this, okay?
I pray so.
It can and it will happen.
Yes.
But for the sake of this chat, Anthony, for the sake of this chat, right? There's some clarity that people should know. When we say Igbos and Yorubas coming together, we are not saying coming together to form a country because we know we are two nations, okay? But you see, where Nigeria is today, we need one another if we really want to break out of here. That's what we mean by Igbos and Yoruba coming together. It's not like come and form a country because some people feel like, no, we don't want to have anything to do with Yorubas. You are ignorant. For those people like that, they are ignorant. We need one another to help them break up this shito. Anthony, on the last note, go on.
Yes, if the Igbos and the Yorubas decide to create a country, I won't be in support of it. But for us to make Nigeria better is what I'm in support of. And the only people that can do it is the Igbos and Yorubas coming together. There was so many times I used to tell people on Instagram that when you say, these Igbos are bad, Igbos are this, but social media is not real life. No, when you say Yorubas, when you say Yorubas are bad, Yorubas are this, social media is not real life. You that is saying this thing, you might have a Yoruba friend, you might have an Igbo friend, you might have
you may have Igbo customer, Yoruba customer, you may have Igbo tailor, Yoruba tailor, you may have this or that eventually you all mingle and wingle, together all the time. Go on.
Exactly. We need each other. And the North continues to see a division between the both of us, and they work on that division.
Because don't let us deceive ourselves. So you see all these Northerners too. They are afraid of, as much as their politicians always want to make the Igbos the target, right? In most cases, whenever they have an opportunity to want to get at the Yorubas too, they go back and try to be the friends with the Igbos, okay, for political gain. And afterward, it's all like back and forth and all of that. So they're always afraid of if Yorubas and Igbos should by any means start talking in that manner at the highest level. No, it shouldn't happen. It must never happen, according to them. It's a matter of time.
It will someday. It will someday. I just thank God for the new generation, the intermarriages that is going on. Everybody is beginning. Social media is opening our eyes, and we are beginning to see and know what is happening. Because no matter how we say we don't want Nigeria, my brother, it is not easy to tear a country apart.
Of course, it's never going to be easy. And that's what I meant by we are going to need ourselves. Everyone will need themselves.
We need
eventually if we are going to break up like this.
Yes. During the election, I was hearing people saying Igbos were saying Lagos is a no man's land. My brother, I laughed at it because anybody saying something like that is crazy.
No, sometimes, Baba, some of these things too, people say them, we say things that they never meant anything. You get that? But because of election, they started amplifying it to make it look like anybody who says Lagos is no man's land is insulting the Yorubas and they are planning to come and take the land. Practically, we all know it's not possible. Everybody knows it's not possible. Sure, you get. But for politics, they have to amplify it, make it look like it's something serious. So is this or that? So here you see where we are. Why we said that at last we have to actually leave and go our separate ways. Anthony.
Yes, we need, my brother. Yes, you are right on that. But let me tell you something. Before a country can say they want to go their separate ways, so many other states and tribes in that country need to come together and agree together that this is what we want. It will not be fair And we cannot have a just country when we say that, okay, we want to form a country
that all of us have invested in for years, built together, and all of it. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you that's the peaceful breakup we are talking about, okay? You see, in the process of talking about what Nigeria is now, and those who still want to be there or those who don't want to, and all of that stuff, in that conversation, an agreement could be made. Okay, don't let us break up Nigeria. Let's try confederation. Oh, let's try restructuring regionalism. Now, that conversation, they don't want me to get. They don't want me to have that conversation. But eventually, we will have that conversation. To determine whether Nigeria is going to break up or it's going to restructure. Anthony.
My brother, let me also, you know, they say Rome was not built in one day.
Rome is not built in a day.
I always tell people also, before you restructure a country also, even the individuals there, you need to begin, everything should not be fixated on Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, and we need to also, as citizens, find what we can do back, because I know most of my Yoruba friends that are based in Lagos but are from Ondo State, Ibadan, and so many things. I always speak to my friends and I say, my brother, everything should not be in Lagos. We can go back homes and begin to put things down gradually. We know the kind of country we are. Some people will say, oh, how are we supposed to do it? The government is supposed to do it for us. But you should know also that most of the things being done even inside Lagos are done collectively, maybe by CDA, maybe by estate, by estate. Yeah,
anyway, Anthony, our time is so far gone, okay? Thank you so much.
Thank you, my brother. Because if somebody wants, thank you, my bro. If somebody wants to talk about Nigeria, he will talk and talk to you. You get tired.
You've never been in a room where all of you are just gisting, and before you know it, you'll spend like 4 hours just talking about almost nothing, or just Nigeria.
Nothing, because
anyway, Anthony, thank you very much, okay? You take it easy. Okay, you have a wonderful evening over there. That's Anthony there from UAE, Dubai. I didn't want to, I forgot to ask about how is he doing, because being in Dubai, we know that's like an extra for any Nigerian that is currently outside Nigeria. So my time is up, your time is up, and our time is up. So I want to say thank you to every one of us again for spending your evening with me. I am going to see you some other time. There's no point in speaking too much because our time is far gone. But before you leave, remember, like the broadcast, share it. And you can see the replay of this broadcast tomorrow or check out for the premieres in the morning. I will see you again. So good night to all of you. Sweet dreams.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun Diary political. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ ṣẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ o làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó. Mayegun diary na ibi number one.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Mayegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
òkúrọ̀ olóṣèlú.
Mayegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Mayegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.